Good evening.
Hello, everyone.
We're here.
We are here. It's Voltor, Philadelphia. It's
Yeah.
finally time.
I got Last Spell blasting in my ears,
Yeah, I'm going to pause that.
and it's awesome.
That was a good
I'll tell
soundtrack, yeah.
It's awesome.
Uh,
Yeah, Sue, we're not on time today.
it's a little over
We're a
time.
little late.
If you don't know what the situation was,
Yeah.
GG shipped their things for the tournament to Philadelphia, and it was scheduled to arrive yesterday, right? And the freight company dropped the ball. It's as simple as that. They
simple as
updated their
that.
shipping this morning. It said Monday all of a sudden. So
If you're a shipping company and you say, hey, I'm going to get this thing to you by Thursday, and then on Friday you tell them, I can get it to you by Monday, I feel like you're not going to be in business for long.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what they did was they flew a bunch of GG employees out with product, and they just got here around, I think, 5 or 6, and
Yeah.
they got all the stuff to the venue about 45 minutes ago. So they distributed all the decks to everyone. 3 decks sealed tonight. So no games have happened until now. There's been some casual play going on. They've been doing some...
Yeah, they did a pretty good impromptu event, I think. I think that was pretty cool. Basically, they had a KeyForge mixer where they gave you a list of houses, and they're like, if you play against all of these houses over the weekend with a different person signed to each house. I've actually got the little thing right here. I'll give you a visual aid real quick. So this is right here. So you got 6 random houses, and there are a couple different...
everyone got 6 different
yeah,
ones?
there are a couple different spreads of these. So there are some of the same spreads, but there's like different stacks of these. So I managed to play against Star Alliance, Brobnar, and Dis while waiting for a product to arrive. And so I got to play against Equidon, Untamed, and Unfathomable. And if I do that, then I get to enter into the
drawing?
raffle. Yeah, raffle. So
everyone is building their Sealed Alliance now. There's going to be a Swiss tournament. That's what we're going to be casting tonight. The Swiss tournament is 3 rounds of Swiss.
Yeah.
And anyone with 0 losses.
Sealed Alliance.
Sealed Alliance. 3-deck Sealed Alliance with Woe. Anyone with 0 losses at the end of that gets a prize. Pretty simple. They have 5 more minutes.
5 minutes until the launch of the next round. And for those who did not hear, I've got right here the KeyForge Vault Masters 2023 decks, which there's been some chatter about.
Yeah, these are exclusive to Vault Wars. You get one for an entry, right? This is a unique set.
Effectively, yes. It's the houses in this set are Brobnar, Dis, Logos, Mars, Saurian, Star Alliance, and Untamed, which is a combination that's not existed before. It's almost Worlds Collide, except you swap out Shadows for Mars, right?
Yeah, right.
I think the rest of the spread is the same.
And
other
I think
than that.
the cards in the set, like the cards in our particular house, are randomly, or not randomly, but they're probably they come from all sets.
Yeah,
the house was in. Right?
Yeah, and if you guys want a bit of content
cards.
before I start playing my sealed games, I'll go ahead and crack this open now.
How many
live.
players for sealed? Players for sealed,
There's
are
90 something.
98.
Yeah.
98 players.
98 players. So good turnout for that.
Yeah.
There were a number of people who opted out.
Oh,
of
okay.
This,
They just got their
obviously,
decks and didn't play.
because of how late it was.
It is kind of late.
I mean, we'll be playing until like I don't know, midnight.
11 midnight. I mean, we're only doing 3 rounds. I was worried we were going to do
houses and tokens. So I opted to. So my sealed. I am going with Brobnar, Star Alliance, and Unfathomable, and my token is Amberling. So we'll be streaming. We'll be streaming until the game stop tonight. So, and then we'll be back tomorrow morning.
10 a.m. is when the games start tomorrow.
Yeah, streaming some more. We've got our setup. I cannot. I'm failing to get into this thing, bro.
Just tear into it.
All right.
Just get
okay. I'm stretching. It's called optimal content. You may not like it, but this is what optimal content looks like, everybody.
I am not playing. Nathan is playing.
Yeah, I am playing. Justin, you'll be listening to the dulcet tones of Justin Liza all week.
Yeah, I'll be
here. This is a Brobnar Dis Mars house.
Brobnar Dis Mars. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is not contained to a. This is not contained to a set.
What's up, WD Wolf?
Because
back yet.
This Mars is got Martians make bad allies, the Nautilexian,
What?
Battle Fleet, Deep
Oh.
Probe, Glixa Weaponsmith, 3 Mars Firsts, and the Aeronauts.
What?
So this
What? Three
this-
Mars first?
3 Mars Firsts. This Dis has got Shadow of Dis, Double Doom, Old Yerk, Snag, Buzzle, Dust Imp, Mark of Dis, Tesmal, the Terror, Toxin, Unlocked Gateway, and regular Yerk. I will be using the Yerks.
Unlocked gateway with pilots.
Yeah, they can't be destroyed. The Nautilixing could be destroyed.
Yeah, but still, the
But
pilots
still,
that
yeah,
stick
the
around,
pilots
right?
would stick around. All right, so my Brobnar is the big one, which is the bomb.
Yeah,
after
yeah,
so
okay.
many creatures reap, it explodes. Broken Axe Outpost, Cannon, Kulf the Quiet, Volcano, Brick Nasty, Calfine, Fresh Marks, Gengar Chieftain, 2 Gron 9 Toes, 18 toes between them, and Rowdy Scald. So,
All right, who's going to make the first Alliance deck of Voltor
yeah.
decks?
So these have potential to be
These are Archon
extremely
legal. These are tournament legal.
These are Archon legal, so
Yeah.
you can play this deck. So
I think it's pretty cool.
I
That's just-
like it. I like it. It's like what if you had a bunch of legacies in one
It's a lot of
place?
enhancements. Yeah, there's a number of enhancements.
Yeah, it was the Glixa Weaponsmith and the Rowdy Scald.
You you obtain them by entering into a Vault Tour.
Yeah, so
I
if you enter any Vault Tour this year, you'll get these decks. And since it's 2023, it stands to conclude that
They'll do
in
one every year.
2024. This is actually I was speculating that the Saviors of Keyforge kind of heralded something like this.
Yeah, I thought they were just going to do a special border like that. With all
Yeah,
the Vault Tour
but,
stuff,
knowing that the cards themselves, like the decks themselves, are
I don't think you'll be able to buy them now.
So-
They haven't said that you can, at least not yet.
do you get one per vault? Yes, I believe you can. You cannot buy more.
You cannot buy more?
You get the
They said
one
that?
for
Okay.
entering. Yeah. So
I did request that they give me one because I'm casting, right? But I didn't. Get
I don't
the
think you're supposed to talk about that on stream.
Well, I'm demanding it.
Okay.
I'm using the power of my community to.
Yeah,
get
you're
me one
using the
of these
bully
decks.
pulpit.
Yeah,
Using the bully pulpit.
look, I'm working here.
Okay.
I want to be
Okay.
paid.
All right.
I want to be paid my due.
All right. Hey, we got a sound system.
Oh, cool.
All right. There's a good announcement. Please hold. Playing Dave Cordero round 1.
Nice. You can recalibrate your
Yeah,
deck.
you can
that's
change your
great.
deck around.
That's cool. I like that. Okay.
I like that. I guess
They're
I'll play
gonna
all
send
the
prizes to people.
yeah, because
They
the
don't have
prizes
shit.
I'm sure are not here.
Yeah, they don't have their prizes.
Yulker already made fun of you for this phone months ago because you were going to make fun of my phone, and I whipped out the new phone in stream.
I remember that.
Yeah, I need somebody to clip that.
Yeah, I would think so. Stormstrong. They're not in a. That's the only. They're their own set, right? Like you can't. It wouldn't be like you could.
These
Yeah.
for Alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd have to Alliance out of these, right?
Absolutely. Hey.
Oh, okay. So I'm headed to
good
my
pairings?
table.
Yep. Go.
GLHF, everybody.
Yeah.
I will pop in and out of the booth, and I'll leave you with Justin.
Hey, it's me, Justin. I'm gonna delete Nathan from existence. Goodbye. It is 3-deck Sealed Alliance tonight. People are coming to the tables. I actually have 2 cameras set up so that tomorrow we'll be able to swap back and forth between the 2 tournaments. So that's kind of cool. I also have, so we're going to be doing the same thing tonight. So pretty much like if a round ends early, we can swap to the other game and like try to figure out what's going on in it. So once the players sit down, I'll probably have to go just let them know what's up with the tables, and then I can swap one of those other games. You missed the VT deck, P-Rod. That's too bad. Ain't that a shame? We'll never talk about it again. We'll never show it on stream again. Hopefully they'll give me one and I can play. We can do a stream, replay them against each other. Yeah, you FOMO'd. You missed out. You should have feared missing out more. It's exciting times. The Vault Tour is about to begin, y'all. I will be here with you all weekend. Is the chat window a little low? Actually, it might be a little low. Yeah, good call. Thanks, Dave. Make you a little smaller. Oop. This is Sealed Alliance. Sealed Alliance with 3 Winds of Exchange decks. You're going to host a pre-release event at the end of the month. That is awesome. That's great. That's great to hear. I think there was a couple... Somebody local was actually asking me if the store was going to host one, so I'll let them know that you guys are. We have 100 of them for the Vault Tour Tournament of Champions. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to get 100 of these Vault Tour decks. I would love to. That'd be cool. They seem really interesting. They're unique. Who doesn't love unique? All right, we have another player that's sat down at our tables. I guess I can actually see. I might be able to find their names and stuff. Let's see. We have the challenge page here. Oh my, this is confusing. Here, I'll actually link. I can link you guys the challenge page if you want to see it. So that's you can see all the kind of matchups going on. We have table 1 and table 67. So we might just have a table 1. All right, I'm gonna pop over to these guys real quick, and I'm gonna send you over to that table. Let's go. I think it's this one. One sec. Nope.
I actually started during the worst time.
I'm gonna turn them down a little bit. I'm gonna explain the bounds of the table to them. I will be right back.
Competitive card games, I kind of was just a big board gamer, and then I saw this, heard about it, and was like, oh, that's really cool.
Stream table. I did put the bounds in the table, so I made YouTube to play the bounds. The duct tape is the live bounds, so just like center it up as best you can. So like that's perfect. The table sound is on, so just so you're aware that the sound's on. Other than that,
I swear a lot.
that's fine.
Fuck it. All right.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. I'm back. I was warned that one of the players swears a lot, so if you have kids watching at home, just be aware. I'm going to keep the table volume low, so we can turn it up a little bit. We can hear what the table chatter is. We might want to know some things about what's going on. So let me know how the table audio sounds to you guys. We're probably going to be adjusting things on the fly a little bit here. And I'm going to see if I can grab the names of the players and their deck names. I don't think their deck names are here.
I mean, sponsored in the lowest
On
sense of the
challenge.
word that we get their tokens to use their tokens.
Find out which one's which.
But no, it was good.
Josh?
Luke.
So I guess you're gonna be recording us.
So if you started in the before times, this is probably must be your first
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh yeah. When I started, I only had one person to play with.
Heck, that's all you need.
Because nobody was going around meeting up, no events, no nothing.
Yeah, Boston still hasn't been able to get a scene going.
That's a city.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, my wife and
I'm back.
one
We
friend
have
I have
Joshua
play
Key
there.
and
That's
Lucas Daniels.
the only in-person I've played. And
I think a lot of the time I'm just going to kind of chill.
Yeah.
Let the table chatter happen during the course of a game, so we can kind of see what's going on. I got us as good of a view as the table as I could, given the circumstances of what we can bring with our setup. So
high roll goes first.
feedback is welcome, though.
Sounds good to me. All right. Hey, to you.
Lucas first.
Give this a nice little cut.
Skirmisher versus Senator. The blank box
I guess we
is
can put our
for
token in the-
cards.
Archon second.
If I want to show you guys cards. The stream was just on table 1.
Okay, so
You are welcome.
Let's see. Can this thing see my hand?
Sort of.
I thought that was my answer.
generally from above.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. If you do that, it gets to your hand. Yeah.
Do I do it? Sure, I'll give it.
Keeping. This is table 1. Yep.
All right.
Well, now you know them, Joker.
Chuck it and fuck it.
Here they are.
How long have you been playing?
Since about the beginning,
Nice.
like December 2018, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I got into it at that time, but
No, it was
I just
good.
didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah, it was. One of my friends is here with me. Got me into it,
Nice.
and then I met up with Nova and Z and the Team SAS people.
Okay, nice.
Um,
Last ABR season, I was on the team with Z.
oh, nice.
Shogun, to answer your question, the 2 tables are going to be table 1 and table 67. However,
It's exciting this is happening.
we'll be shuffling it so it's not the same people.
I've technically been
playing
the
on stream every
reigning
round.
Archon Voltor champion.
Really?
I mean, because I won Albany.
Oh, nice.
But
So then you know Second Act.
yeah,
Yeah. I played like he's the one who actually like started me like where I am today, pretty much. He got me into reading the card lists, and I have a hard time doing things on my own. He showed me everything. Like the reason I am how I am.
Yeah,
is
Nathan versus
90%
Dave,
of
first
it is
round.
him.
nice.
Yeah, he's a good dude and a very good teacher.
I call Unfathomable.
Yep.
I play Phantom Reaver, play, make a token creature. While I control a token creature, you refill to 1 less.
One less.
I have 5 cards in hand. My hand limits 6. I draw 1.
All right.
If you guys want, I can grab the tokens they have. Is that Senator? Table 67. Yeah, we don't have a second table right now.
Okay?
Amphora.
Good card.
I agree. Charybdis. Guard. Symposium will deal damage. You can use mine if that works. If you want me to change it.
Whatever you'd like.
To
That's
exalt,
Scholar.
ready, and use him to fight into Phantom Reaver.
Okay?
Taking 4.
Taking 4.
Taking 4. And then playing Recruit to make a token creature. Play Exalted, which I did. It's archived. That's fine. Go right ahead. Drawing 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I'm going Equidon.
Yep.
If you guys ever hear me talk low golf
I
volume,
play
it's
this.
because my table is somewhat close to their table, so I'm trying
Gain an
to talk in a
amber,
volume that
return
they won't
friendly
hear me.
token creature to my hand.
Yep.
Good, excellent.
Mass buyout. So you get an amber, I get an amber,
Yep.
and then your board's cleared.
Yep. So we want that one.
So I'll grab this one, and you can grab, unless you want to do the shared amber pool. whatever you like.
That's fine. So wait, this one is
Yours.
mine. Okay.
Because I
Absolutely.
got the one that was on your guy.
Oh yeah, and you didn't have anything out, right?
Claps
And I
encouraged.
didn't have anything out. Option off.
Yeah, exactly.
Purge an artifact.
Son of a big.
Its controller gains one, so I'm paying you for it.
Just started, Ketzer. This is the first game.
And ornate talking track.
Alright.
I have 3 cards in hand. I draw to 6, 4, 5, 6. To you.
It's like a big Equidon turn coming up, possibly.
I'll go. I'll go Equidon.
Okay.
Belligerent Guard.
I think
capture
the
one, you can
signups
draw
for
a
the
card.
Voltor are now closed, Hot Spicy Clip.
Thank you. Anytime. Maverick Legionary Trainer.
Nice.
Ooh, Legionary Trainer with Scholar Mavericks. That's kind of funny.
Okay. Balance of Aura. Shopping Spree. Discarding 2 cards. Drawing 2.
Okay. Good luck.
And I guess just sweep with that guy. Maybe me to 3. Not great. Go ahead. Drawing.
Yeah, I think you could sign up and get the goodie bag and leave
3
if you wanted.
to 6.
Okay.
It is funny, right? Maverick Legionary Trainer is really cool, though. It's a great pivot.
I go Brobnar.
You're a 75-degree angle tap
I pop
hater.
this.
I do that too. I do that a lot, so I can't complain.
Yep.
Although I do like 45 degrees.
I play down Brick Nasty.
Brick Nasty with skirmishers. Okay. We like that.
I play down Shock Herder. That ready and fights into him.
Yep.
The fight gains me 1.
Yep.
Press Gang. I make a token creature. Because I killed that guy, this guy gets archived.
Alright.
And I play down Gucci Dinosaur Hunter.
Ah.
Uji.
Wow. I have dinosaurs, well that sucks.
I have 3 cards in hand. I'm drawing to 6, 4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna go with Equidon.
Okay.
I'm gonna murder Brick Nasty. I am going to mix with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Generous Offer, capturing 1 onto Zora. Then I will blow that up, steal 2. So, yep, 2. Right here.
Joshua going to check.
6. End of turn, drawing a single card. 6. Go ahead, check. At 6.
Okay. I'm going to look through your discard pile real quick.
Totally.
The old discard check.
I'm going to choose a house and make you discard a random card from your hand. I'm
Sunk
going to
cost.
choose House Mars.
Okay.
1, 6. 1. Okay. So
Is that
it did
Compod?
match, so I do make a token creature.
Yep.
Befuddle. I gain an
Befuddle.
amber. I draw a card. You can only play Equidon cards next turn.
Okay.
That just for the camera. 2 Frigorific Rods. Should those get me an amber?
Lucas is up to 4 amber.
Timoti of the Damned. Play, make a token creature.
Timoti stops the
While you
keys.
control a token creature, your opponent cannot forge keys.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
I ready up. I have 2 cards. I'm drawing to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So I forge at 6.
You can't forge.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No
Yep.
fortune. Timoti's
Um,
stopping that.
son of a bee's nest.
Do y'all hear the
I'm
table
gonna
audio okay?
have to- I'll call Equidon then.
Volume
still.
wise?
Okay.
Skirmish into.
It's obviously not the best quality.
Skirmish
Yeah,
into
okay.
Timoti.
Yep. And then
Cool. Great.
I'm just
Go ahead.
gonna reap with that.
Okay.
Bring me to 7.
And just takes out
Five
Timoti and tries
cards.
to forge here.
Drawing 1. Go ahead.
Oh,
Checklist 1.
okay. I am going to go Robnar.
I can turn the table volume up
Yeah, I
a
think
little
that makes
bit.
sense.
if I want to. But yeah, we'll get more kind of residual noise.
I'm going to play Brawl In. Make 2 token creatures and rage them.
This is a lot of skirmishers. Is that Brick Nasty still? No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not.
They're not ready, right?
They're not ready. That's true.
Just mad.
Yep. Just mad.
Angie.
I don't know what to do here.
I play down Might Club.
Uh-huh.
The Mic Club. If anyone ever wants me to show a specific card, just holler in
These
chat.
2 both go into him.
Okay.
He's dead. There's Skirmish.
Yep.
Reap.
All right.
So Lucas going up to
I have
9.
4 cards in hand. I draw
Josh
6,
will check here. Or will forge.
5, 6.
All right. That works. I will go.
Is anything stopping his key?
Saurian. Oh, I forged, right?
Yeah, he
Yep.
forged. Okay.
Yeah, all right. For 6. 6 buckaroos. Saurian getting my archive. I will play.
Big Saurian too. Turn coming up.
Making a token. Enters play ready.
Ready. Legionary Trainer Scholar.
I will reap with it to draw a card. So. Not helpful. Aquilia, Lone Hero.
Lone Hero.
I wish there was a way to make this work. Beware the eyes, just for the ember.
Where are the eyes? No, there's nothing in the middle.
Fruit to make a token. Enters play ready. Doesn't get archived. Reap with that. Drawing a card. Still not helpful. But then a city state.
Stacy's going to capture 5.
All right. Not like you're not going to get it back in a minute anyway, but
They might be into the
that
Brognar
will
turn.
be it. I have 4, 5, 6.
But who knows?
To you.
Okay, I take my archive into my hand and call Brobnar.
There's Brobnar with archives.
So this is going to take him out.
Yep. He did.
Kills Legionary Trainer.
This is going to take him out.
He also did.
And I have exactly 6 down, so the rule of 6 will hit exact if I just use this.
Right.
Rule 6. He's talking about for the
Take him
skirmishers.
out.
He did too.
He is going to deal 6 damage to him. So he only has 1 health left.
Yep.
I'm going to
UG
be finishing him off later.
UG actions,
just in
6
case.
damage.
Yep.
Yep.
Does 6 damage to a dinosaur.
These 2 are going to go into him.
He did.
We are tapping random directions. Luke is not fortunate keys, no.
He is just going to reap,
Oh, Amber you got there.
but then I'm going to play Pelf. I'm going to ready and enrage Pelf. He's going to fight into him.
Use 1.
Yep.
This ain't good.
I'm going to play Press Game, make a token creature. If an enemy creature was destroyed this turn, archive Press Game.
Yep.
It was. Ragnarok Prep, make a token creature. Then if you control more creatures than your opponent loses 2.
Yep.
That is me.
Oh boy.
I have.
It's a pretty good turn.
I draw 6, 5, 6.
It's a lot of amber. What's that? 5, 6, 11 amber?
What I'm gonna do here is go Equidon,
Okay.
shopping spree. I'm desperate here. 1, 2, 3.
Discarding his hand, trying to find some creature control, probably.
Draw.
Lucas has no keys. Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Or if he has another mass buyout or something.
But I think I need to do it.
He has to mass buyout here. Yeah, he just drew into it. He has to do it, though. It is what it is.
Damn.
I mean,
Oh well. I gotta do it, otherwise it's gonna get out of hand. You're welcome. Mass buyout.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 amber.
Yep, I get nothing.
6 amber right on
It's
the
your
board.
birthday.
So Josh is going to need to find an answer to just a whole pile of amber over there. I think Lucas now has enough amber to forge all 3 of his remaining keys. And it's definitely still worth it, yeah.
And that will be my turn. 4 cards. Drawing 1, 2.
Josh draws 2. So if Josh could like get out ahead in the amber race now, he could possibly tempo the win. It's not out of it yet.
You have a shitload left over.
Yeah, if he could tax the second key, it would help
Oh my god.
for sure.
That's too many. Stop it.
Okay, I'm gonna go Equidon.
Yep.
Yeah, closed door negotiations on the
I'm
turn
gonna
would have been ideal.
play
I'm not sure if there's one in his deck or not, though.
Closed door negotiation.
Oh,
I
okay, well,
gain an
there's
amber,
one.
I steal an amber, and you draw a card.
Yep.
I don't think he wanted to draw that Equidon card.
I'm going to play General Zod.
What is that?
I draw a card.
General with a draw icon.
For each forged key your opponent has, make a token creature.
Yep.
So 1.
I think so, but I don't think Josh is going to have an opportunity to play it. It's going to be tough for him to get that turn off. It doesn't forward his game plan at all right now, right? He's going to have to play Mars next turn.
Offer, destroy a friendly creature. If you do,
Jeez,
steal
and he just
2.
has all his amber wiped away from him.
Steal 2.
Oh, that one you put on top of your deck.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
This was.
That was a token, was it?
Oh, you are absolutely right.
And you took your 2?
I did take my 2.
Cool.
Good catch. I'm just getting back to this.
Yeah, no worries.
To be
Chad,
honest,
did you see that?
haven't even looked
I
at
didn't see that.
what it was. Play this. You can draw a card.
Hey. Thank
Belligerent
you.
Guard. It's going to give him another Equidon
Deal damage
artifact.
to him. He reaps.
I don't know if you have enough
It's
ammo over there.
It is very tough in
And
Winds
then
of
I play a
Exchange
Gemcoat Vendor.
to keep the board state clean,
have
and it's very tough.
2 cards in hand.
It's very easy to miss triggers, very easy to put things in the wrong place.
And then for my
So
next 2,
we will be keeping an eye out. If there's anything significant, I can bring a judge into the game. If we see anything significantly affecting the state of the game, if it's not super significant, we won't worry about it because we're just observers
thank you
here.
for catching that, by the way. I'm still really trying to get back into the swing of
It's
it.
all good, man.
So much of my play has been on TCO.
And today with the sealed, it's not as much of a big deal. And
I'm
yet,
not a huge
like
fan of the TCO.
Lucas said, most people play on TCO, which handles a lot of that stuff for you.
I'm on I played ABR. It's fine. It's good enough. But I still prefer it in
This may be the first time a lot of people are playing Winds of
think
Exchange for the
everybody
first time.
Limited access to it.
This is sealed 3-deck alliance, so I think the decks are going to be a bit silly tonight.
Okay, I have 4. I draw 2 more. Okay,
Right on. You've got a shitload of ammo.
I do. Check.
Yep. You don't. Yeah, I don't need to count it at the moment. But let's see. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go Mars.
Okay.
We are going to play Brain Dart on Gemcoat.
Okay.
And he's also enraged.
1 amber is controlled.
Then I will play. Mix the Tall-Minded.
Mix is going to tax. Okay. Let me bring a mix up.
Weaponsmith. Ether Spider. Vatminder.
Ether Spider could help as well.
Then I will play Ironic's Rebel, reading its neighbors. And then I think I'm just going to read it twice.
Yeah, he's got to get in the amber
Ouch,
race
that
here.
hurts.
Because then your keys are plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Lucas is going to forge key 2 for 11 amber.
11, I believe.
This is 11.
That's all bile, yeah. So after all is said and done, Lucas has 4 amber left. Lucas still has to deal with the Mix the Tall-Minded as well.
That for me, please, if you want to. Right on. Then I draw 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be up to 6.
have to go Equidon. I take Gemcoat Vendor, run it into mix.
Yep.
All right, Gem Coat kills the mix. One more taxing.
I take Belligerent, run it into Ether.
Yep.
Belligerent Guard easily dispatches the Aether Spell.
I reap,
Reaps to 5.
and then I play this just for the Amber.
Yep.
And that is check. I ready up. I have 5 cards. I draw.
I haven't heard any
6.
complaints about hidden lists.
Well, sir, I have been bested.
Sounds like it's GG. Lucas wins.
Good game. Yeah,
Good game.
man. That was great shit.
Clap.
It was.
Clap right
Do you
now.
mind if I look at your deck?
Sure, go for it. It's
Clap.
not great. Honestly, I did what I could.
Wait, hold on. Clap. There
I
you go.
might make a tweak, putting a different house, but I don't think it could be any better, honestly.
I'll,
Not sure.
let me ask if
Were you
next
holding
round they can
cards?
give us a second table
No,
because
it got
they only
organized.
paired one of
Nice,
the tables in the
that's-
stream. So now we're
It
going to wait
also
around for like
has,
a while.
2 of the shopping spree, so I wasn't too afraid of that.
Yeah. That. I assume did you take any other houses that had from that deck so you could get the cursed?
No, unfortunately, but
Or did most of them get put into?
One of the other houses in that deck, but honestly, the Equidon house was the best, even though it had a curse relic, but it did have those 2 cards that let me discard, which is completely fine.
Yeah. I thought my Equidon house was my best, but apparently maybe it's the Brobnar.
It also had this lovely card.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. But I had it in my hand. I was hoping you weren't going to get the 6 because I had no way to stop it.
Yeah, once I felt at the end that you used most of your defense, so my goal was do whatever I could to get to 6 and
Yep,
see
yep.
if I could force you.
Yep, you got it. Nailed it.
No, I liked my Equidon house. My Brobnar I liked, and I didn't really like any for the 3rd, but I figured this has enough disruption. And if not for disruption, it just had some free amber, or cheap amber that I could throw down.
Let's see. My other option, instead of putting in the Mars, was going to be those, but I don't think it would have. I think what I did made more sense. Tegamore would have been the only R in the set, or in this seal alliance.
Okay, so this is interesting. This uplinks, in my experience, don't do very well.
Okay.
But what they do have is an amber pip. So I'm looking at this 1, 2. Let's call that 3.5.
There's still boxing happening in my chat right now.
4, 5, 6. It's 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, you can
This
calibrate your decks between
generates a lot
rounds.
of
Yep.
amber.
Right.
So if you feel like that Mars is really good defensively, that mix hurts. So if you didn't have that mix, I feel like I would have just run over.
A lot sooner, yeah, but it didn't matter. But it was close. It was the best I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
I
I
tabletop.
mean, you made me forge for 11. So.
Yeah.
I'm just listening.
Is this it? Oh, it has. I think it has 2. Yeah, it has 2 of them.
Oh yeah, if you can get. It might be worth trying to switch it out if you feel like you need more amber.
Right.
But I do kind of like the double mix.
Right. Yeah. So maybe not.
There are 98 players in the sealed tonight, and I think there are more people playing tomorrow than in the sealed.
City State is pretty good, but it also had.
I think if you drop the Saurians, you're going to need to grab a different token. What were your other choices?
All Saurians.
Oh, all of your tokens are Saurian?
Yes.
Oh, so you're going to need to bring a Saurian house, or just have a dead token.
Yeah. My other Saurian house options were that one, or that one.
You have 3 total Saurian pods. The sealed was basically like a free entry for entering either the Archon or Alliance tournament. So sealed was sort of like a bonus
So this
day.
one's interesting just
I think
for
a
the
lot of people, or
Amber
there's probably some people that are
draw,
only going to show up tomorrow
doesn't really have
and signed up, and they still get their decks from the sealed stuff. So they get 3 WoW decks and the Vault Tour deck just for signing up for the tournament. The sealed tournament is just there for people to play with those decks, and there's prize put with it too.
I think you're right. That's with the Cilia.
Two
and-
Faust, Amphora, you can turn those into captures if you need to make it worse for the other player. Legionary Trainer with the in-house Scholar.
Yeah, I think if it comes down, if you get bored and your
Originally,
opponent
sealed was
doesn't
supposed to
have board
be
right, you can run over it.
16 player
I
pods,
think
all double elimination.
I
But
think it'd been the best.
with it starting so late,
choice.
they sort of pivoted to a
How'd
to a
you
large
like?
sealed or to a large Swiss pool, which I kind of like better, honestly,
Okay.
because a lot of 16 deck tournaments sounds kind of chaotic, but that's fine too, I guess. But
Wow. My deck ended up being
I was kinda
sort
curious
of
to
a
see how they
token
would go.
spam deck, which I
I'll have to
didn't
wait till
originally
next
think
time.
it was, but it was.
You got me.
Made 8 tokens.
Wow.
It was crazy. I mean, he killed them next on his turn, but still.
Yeah. What? Oh yeah, you're running cultist. So yeah. Did you get the Tangaika out?
No, I didn't even see it. I didn't get that far into the deck.
there's another player at the table talking
Although
to
you could get to it with the outpost.
about their game.
I didn't see that either. No, I did see that,
KeyForge is back, baby.
but by the time I got that on the second turn, but then I kept forgetting to actually do his thing. And even then, I was seriously destroying. I fell a little bit back.
Nah.
But I mean, he could be better.
Challenge, sure.
Okay. No, like I was saying, I think you have a nice setup.
It was incredible. I got an incredible first hand, like mulligan, or Saurian cards that getting 6 amber.
Nice.
Like the guy that could exalt. And a bunch of other things. I think
Guys,
that guy
I'm gonna go to intermission real quick. You can jam to song one of one.
Wow.
I will be back pretty soon. I'm just gonna go talk to the organizer real quick and run to the bathroom. And then we'll chat a little bit. It's gonna be a hot minute till the next round. Looks like a lot of these games are going pretty quick. I think more than half the games are done. Nathan and Dave are still playing. But I will see you guys in a few minutes. So be right back.
You'll have to check out.
I'm back. How's it going, you guys? I did ask that if there wasn't someone seated at that table, if I could grab 2 people. Try to move them over there for next round. So hopefully we can do that. It does look like a lot of the games are wrapped up, but there's still a handful. I mean, I imagine at least one will go to time, probably. Hey, Stormstrong, look at you. Doing mod stuff. I'm so proud. Hell yeah. Yep, Jupiter's here. I'm looking at him right now. He's at table 2. I see his face. It's an official headset, yeah. Does that sound good? Spend a lot of money on it. Better sounds good. Freaking better sound good. You guys enjoy that game? Saw a lot of tokens, a lot of skirmishers. I didn't get a vault tour. No deck. No, I didn't. Not yet, at least. I'm trying to guilt trip them into giving me one. But he did not make the trip. He's at home. 160p right now. That's pretty bad quality. I'm happy that the internet has sustained our output. We have not dropped any frames yet. That's good. That's a lot of words that just got typed. We're arguing about sealed lists. Okay, that's fair. We love impassioned KeyForge arguments here. What's the most important question for me? Did I miss it? Oh, do I have food this time? I don't have food this time. There's a restaurant downstairs that has... I ate like a Caesar salad earlier. Me and Rafe ordered pizza. I got a salad then too. Ate the salad. Yeah. That's what I get for being on a diet. I just have to suffer. I ate like 5:30 though, so maybe I'll be okay the rest of the day. Tomorrow I'll have to figure something out. Take that, Smarty Pants. That's a great name for Twitch. Love it. I should have a live webcam at home. He does probably just sleeping in the same spot crying. So I'm not there. Yeah, I'll probably end up ordering some Uber Eats this weekend for sure. Like Jersey Mike's Bowls or something. Ooh, Nathan's coming back. You done? Are you reporting? He's reporting, so he lost? He lost, yeah. Okay. He's a loser. He's a loser. Nathan and losing to Dave name a more iconic situation. Eating ASMR. I'm not going to make you guys listen to me eat. No, that's not. You can listen to song 1 of 1 while I eat this weekend. Ain't no shame in losing to Dave. No, we've all done it. Actually, I don't know if I've played... I don't think I've ever played Dave at a tournament. How many people would you guess are there? So 98 players in the sealed. So 98. There's a few more, I think, that didn't play in the sealed. And I think there's probably people that are only showing up for tomorrow, I would guess.
All right, you're looking for an after-action report?
Yeah, give us the after action.
So round 1, I played against Dave Cordero
Yep.
of Reapout. We have he's playing Unfathomable. He's got a fish token.
Okay.
He's playing Unfathomable Mars Sanctum. And I am playing Brobnar.
I have played on, yeah, that's right. I have played on Dave online. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I've Brobnar, Unfathomable, Star Alliance, and my token is Amberling.
Right. Okay.
So, the game starts off, and I start off pretty strong. I get a Technovore Pulpate out, and Dave has goes into Sanctum a couple of turns, where he's got Gorm of the whatever Celestial Gorm.
Celestial Gorm. Yeah.
And he's forced to like blow that up to go back into Sanctum. He went first, right? Played the Gorm. I played Pulpate and a transporter platform. And I was like, I'll figure out a way to get this Technovore Pulpate killed by the time I want a transporter platform. But I'll figure it out, right?
Okay.
And so, he like takes like kind of a half-assed Sanctum turn, and I play Brobnar, play a Might Club, and I'm like, I'll figure out how to get rid of my Technovore Pulpate sooner or later, surely.
Okay.
And so he plays like a handful of stuff. I could tell he's kind of got like a clunked up hand to begin with. And so I go into Unfathomable, and I Abyssal Sight, sacking my Technovore Pulpate to take a look at his hand. I strip something halfway decent out, play some Unfathomable stuff, and I'm like slowly accumulating amber, and he's like generated some amber, but hasn't done like a ton of stuff. And so the next phase of the game is me going to check and him stopping me for the first key for, I don't know, several turns.
Okay.
Like we go back and forth, and I'm like, go to 6, check, and he will stop me. He like brain darts me or something. Or he'll stop me with Mix the Tall-Minded. His hand, at one point when I Abyssal Sighted him, his hand was Ammonia Clouds, 2 Mix the Tall-Minded, and a Brain Dart or something
Right.
something. So he keeps me off my first key for a while, but eventually, using creatures, I managed to forge the first key. He actually banks a bunch of amber on my creatures because he's at like 6 amber or whatever, and he plays Stir Crazies when he doesn't have any creatures in play, and I do. So he like puts a bunch of amber on my creatures. He's like, we'll kill these sooner or later, right? And so I get the first key, and by this point I have out 2 transporter platforms and like a Bumpsy and like some stuff that I'm like cycling a little bit. Like I can like take a Star Alliance turn to set up like a big Brobnar turn because I've also got the Might Club. I'm getting like a lot of value out of my artifacts, and so I get enough amber to threaten for the second key. He still hasn't forged his first key yet, and then he takes like an Unfathomable turn, and plays like a Fugaroo and a Fathom Reaver, no, a Tamoti, and something else,
Right.
And I have like a perfect lava ball answer for that.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's just like hit that, kill all that stuff. But the game falls apart when he hits me with Catch and Release. I had 3 Amberlings in play. I also had like the Cavern out, right?
Okay.
So I've got 3 Amberlings in play. My hand is like 3 Brobnar, 3 Unfathomable cards. He puts the Amberlings back in my hand, discards like my Bumpsy, discards some other stuff, and my hand is now like a 3-2-1 hand or something.
Yeah.
Like much substantially worse, and the quality
And you
of
don't
cards
work.
that I have is much worse,
Yeah.
right? And it takes me several turns and so since all my amber was like on my creatures, he forges a key. Or all his amber was on my creatures. He forges a key, then forges his second key, and he reestablishes this board with like a bunch of fish in play.
Yeah.
And so I Abyssal Sight him and look at his hand, and I see Brain Dart, Mix the Tall-Minded, Ammonia Clouds.
Okay.
And so I can't force him. I can't go to check and like clear out his hand, because I played Abyssal Sight and Befuddle in the same turn, and I can't threaten to win the game there. I didn't have enough amber.
Yeah.
And
If
so-
you would have been in a good spot.
Right, because
Yeah.
it's just at that point the game's just locked, right?
Yeah.
You can't Abyssal Sight, whatever you could play, and then lock you into the house. So on his next turn, he's locked out of playing any cards, so he just reaps to 7 for the third key. I play Earthshaker, wipe his whole board, including a creature that had like 3 amber captured. I go to 8 amber. I overrun him to put him down to 5.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he plays Mars, he plays 2 Brain Darts, goes to 7, captures 2 amber on my Earthshaker, who took 6 damage from the fish that I killed. Then Ammonia Clouds it, then plays Mix the Tall-Minded. So I'm at 6, my keys cost 7. He's now at like 9 amber. I have a 6-card Star Alliance hand that can't stop keys.
They can't do anything to keys.
Cannot stop
Yeah.
keys.
That'll happen.
And yeah, so it was a damn good game. Damn
Sounds
good
like
game.
it, yeah.
I always expect a good game with Dave
For sure.
So yeah, it's a shame it wasn't recorded because it was a real good game. So yeah.
They only gave us one table to watch, but it was a good game.
Yeah.
I asked them to give us a second table next time. Next
Okay.
round.
Yeah. So you can have something to flop back over to. Yeah.
If they, he said with challenge it's not a guarantee, but
What's
I
that?
said I can like grab someone if they don't get it. If we don't pair that table, I can like, grab a table.
Oh, okay.
Just slap over there if people want to play on stream. Sorry, I'm used to talking at golf volume from the games. I can talk at normal volume now.
Oh, you got. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, having a backup table's nice. So, yeah, they're using challenge
for this, but they are using their own software tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds great.
The reason they're using challenge for tonight is because I think their own software wasn't set up for Swiss. It was designed for Double M specifically.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
that sounds
challenge
fun.
for Swiss is there's no issues with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The issue tomorrow will be that I can't there's no way to link the standings and stuff, I think, with their new stuff.
Yeah, yet there are prizes. They will be mailed out later because nothing arrived. If you missed the explanation at the beginning of the stream, nothing arrived at the time it was supposed to. So, yeah, we get the prize is an IOU.
Any 3-0s tonight will have prizes.
Have you seen the GG software?
I
No,
haven't seen it yet. No, not yet.
didn't recognize last. You're right, J. Philip Pegg. So, I don't know where I was for the last hour. Certainly wasn't playing KeyForge. Yeah, you think I want to give Dave Cordero another win over me? You think I want that?
He's got a lot.
You think I want to give that? You think I want to acknowledge that?
He's got quite a lot.
Yeah.
Prizes to take a special delivery.
You open up the package and you take 3 damage if you're on the flank, and you get purged. So, yeah, Sealed Alliance for the set, pretty good, I'd say, pretty good because the quality deck is going to be good.
It's just crazy, right?
Yeah. I can talk about my deck. I'm in the losers bracket. Let's go scrounge it up real quick. We're filling air right now.
I think did they call time?
What's that?
Did they call time?
Yeah, but that means people are at time, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's another 10 minutes or whatever before that's resolved. So, Amberling token. This did let me threaten with tokens quite a bit, but his deck, I think it had at least 2 ammonia clouds. I know I got ammonia cloud 3 times and reshuffled, so he had quite a bit there. We got a lava ball. This was pretty, like I said, I had a perfect lava ball that killed a Timoti, killed a Fuguru, and killed a fish token. Lava balls don't get much better than that.
They're pretty good. I mean,
They don't
killing
get much better than
Timoti
that.
and killing
Yeah.
Phantom Reaver.
So my Star Alliance is actually badass. It's probably one of the most badass Star Alliances that I have played.
Nathan's playing Archon tomorrow. I'm not playing tomorrow. I'm hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, I'm playing in the Archon, so I'm playing Confage. It's not a secret. I'm playing Confage. There are lots of people being coy about the decks they want to play. That's not how we do it at Tabletop Royale.
Yep,
we
how's
tell
all 3
people
decks?
exactly what we're going to play.
Yeah, you get tested against us.
Did you ever read the comic book Empire?
No.
It was written by Mark Waid, who's a pretty good comic writer. And it is written about the supervillain who has taken over the world.
Okay. All right.
All right? So you start the story with the supervillain having taken over America.
All right.
There's basically a coalition of European countries that are trying to stand against him. And the 6-issue miniseries is him vanquishing that coalition.
That's cool. All right.
And so there's this.
I can't believe that a network hasn't picked that up for a miniseries.
So one of the subplots of the book is one of the lieutenants. One of the lieutenants is conquering this country, and there's the border is a river, and the command for the underlings for the villain is they have to build a bridge so they can drive their tanks across the river, and the people on their side keep shelling the people as they're building the bridge, and one of the characters, the newest lieutenant for the villain, because that's kind of our protagonist for the series, if you will.
Okay.
Somebody who's new in the higher ups is why do we keep building this bridge? They keep blowing it up, and the lieutenant who's in charge of it is we have to let them know that they can't stop us. Like, we keep showing them this bridge, and we keep building it, and we keep making progress. Because eventually, we'll get it finished one day. They'll run out of ammo, and we'll just drive across it.
I see.
And they'll know the whole time that it was for nothing.
Anyway, that's what you're doing with the Confage.
Yes, that's what I'm doing with Confage.
I
I'm
see.
that villain. So, all right. So
No, it's not. It's not on TV. That's for Secret War.
the Star Alliance
You're trolling me right now.
is Quintrino Warp, which is a very good board wipe in this. We've got the Norbin's Cavern, so that the Amberlings can actually do something. They actually participate in the game with us in play. We've got some dead Star Alliance creatures in the Stealthster Secure Droid CPO Zytar vein. These guys they're there. They're present.
Saucers, as always. Present.
But the real crux, the real meat of the Star Alliance is double transporter platform. Grunt work, which is very good because you get to tokenize stuff. And against Dave, I grunt worked, made Quintrino Warp into a token, bounced it with transporter platform to wipe his board.
That's cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
like that.
the Star Alliance token stuff with transporter platform's got some real cute plays you can make. Well, we've got a teamwork to make more tokens. We've got an uplink, which is fine with the transporter platform. You'll get some amber here and there. We've got the Technovore Pulpate, which is very matchup dependent. I had the Amberling artifact, and then we got Scout Chief Corgier.
Did
Now,
you get to play the Amberling artifact last game?
I did get to play the Amberling artifact. It was actually why my Amberling survived the ammonia clouds, and then I got blown out by the catch and release.
I see.
So they were alive,
Gotcha.
and so then they got bounced, and my hand got junked up. So
Yeah.
the Unfathomable in this deck is real gross. It's very, very good in my opinion. This is the type of Unfathomable you want. Yeah, Pulpate is bad with platforms, so that's why it's matchup dependent, right? I play Pulpate when I've got Pulpate hurt me at the very end of the game, but the game was already over and the game was already lost. Because I was going into houses, because I'd drawn back through the deck and drawn the Pulpate the second time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the thing is, what we've got here is this Unfathomable that's got a Whirlpool in it. I discarded this. Maybe I should have played it because it's tough to say. Dave was capturing a lot.
Yeah.
And he made my own creatures capture a lot. If he made my creatures capture a bunch and then I played this Whirlpool and then gave him back to him, then maybe it would have been good. But I'd already
If there was
discarded
an opportunity to play it and you could have played it, maybe, but like it's right.
So you can actually use the Technovore Pulpate to get rid of the Whirlpool, right? So I can use it for a short amount of time and then get rid of it, right? If the Pulpate's still around. We've got Adult Swim, very good in this format. We got a Thunder Toe, just a fine card. We've got Fizzaloha. And Fizzaloha kind of hurt me in the first game because I could have gotten some extra activations with some guys.
I'm not thrilled about Fizzaloha in my
it's got damage pips on it, right. That's the important thing. Now I could have platformed it back to my hand to untap all my guys. I only lost like maybe 1 or 2 amber. That is how much I lost the game by. So who knows? But I think the game was lost before that. We got a Camillani who we can use. Second round is up. Okay, yeah, we'll go to that in a second. Camillani, that lets me. Camillani's good at making tokens. We have Sleep with the Fishes, but not particularly good, but at least I have a Thunder Toe to go with it, and Fizzaloha perhaps. We've got So Left and Flounder Right, which are good. We've got a Befuddle. We've got a Sunk Cost. And then we've got 2 Abyssal Sights.
Pretty sweet.
So,
pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can Abyssal Sight your So Lefts. You can Abyssal Sight your Technovore Pulpate. You can Abyssal Sight your Camillani.
Chill.
So, all right, Brobnar Flamethrower, whatever. Might Club is good. We've got a Kretchy. I actually discarded it because Dave had so many brain darts.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want him to brain dart my guy and get a bunch of free amber. So
you're playing against another Nathan. Table 29.
Table 29.
Yep. Nathaniel Grisham.
Oh, the Battle of the Nathans. Yeah. We've got an Earthshaker. We got a Crim Torchtooth. We got a Krog the Clumsy. And then we've got the Brobnar Amber Control. The Brobnar Amber Control is Overrun, which is good with the Lava Ball. and the Earthshaker. We got 2 Berserker Slams. We got a Pelf and a Bumpsy. So lots of Amber Control on the Brobnar. So, all right, I'm gonna head off to my next game. He's table 11.
Your table's 29.
29. Okay. All right. Brobnar Amber Control. Yeah. Well, Brobnar has the best Amber Control in this set. Funny enough. So.
All right, guys. Just us again. Turn on Dave's headset. Our table is sitting down now, and I'll keep an eye out, see if there's another pairing. I don't think the other one got paired naturally, so we might be able to grab table 2 or something. Table 1 is Zach Armstrong, looks like, and Dominic Pham. Cool. Z is sitting down on the second table. Sweet. Nice. So we'll have a backup table. What number is he at? They're still waiting for opponents over there. Oh, we did get 67. Okay. Wait, did we get a 67? No, we didn't. There's Zach. I'm gonna wait till Z's opponent sits down and I'll go talk to them real quick. Yeah, I think they're just going numbers. I don't know where the Z seating came from. They might tell them to go sit there. But that's great. I love that. Launch has unique table numbers from each round, so that's weird. Unless they are posting a different list of actual table numbers in the room. I don't think they're posting anything different. I think they're telling people to grab from Chill Launch. Table numbers for Chill Launch this round start at 50. Wait, I thought that was game numbers. Yeah, it's game numbers, right? And the table numbers at the top, like location. It's above the matchup. So last round it was just number, and now it's got like game number and table number. Because next round you see it starts at 99 and goes to 146. Yeah. Oh yeah. These opponent might have dipped. I'm gonna go chat with them. I'll have the table cam on though. Let's go over there. Let's hop over to the first table. Right now.
Nice.
No.
Token as a warrior.
Oh, cool. I am Berserker.
Warrior versus Berserker.
It's gonna be one of those.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm really enjoying the Brobnar in this set.
Yes. Oh, Brobnar is so fun in this set. Hello.
You guys are good. Perfect table placement. These are the bounds of the table, so you got playing room. Audio is on the mic, so say whatever you want. But just be aware.
Yeah. So,
do whatever
you're
you
saying
want.
they can't see anything outside of here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, hold for go.
All right. How shall we determine who goes first?
Oh, yeah.
D20. Is there another preference?
D20 is great.
High roll.
Yeah, high roll. Sure. Oh, tough to beat 18. All right.
I mean, 10% chance.
Okay. We do have a swap if we need it.
All right, good luck.
Same to you.
Play keep. I'll keep.
Okay. Round 2, here we go. This is a playmat from Battlefield Evangelist.
Drawing 6.
Okay. Zach looking at 3 and 3 hand, it looks like.
Not Elixir.
Not Elixir first turn. Okay.
Yeah, fascinating.
All right, so Dominic very kindly showed his Archon card and covered up the houses. He's not playing, so he's doing Equidon, Barobnar, Mars.
Discard a random card from your hand. If it's Mars, I will make a token.
Some cost for Mars.
Discard that.
Gets a Stratus
not
Mac.
Mars.
Still good hit.
Then I'll play Kabashima, Rustmizer, and I'll pass the turn.
Hema and Rustmizer. Okay. Is Rustmizer a legacy? Or is it in the set? I don't think I've seen one.
I will play Brognar, Prog the Clumsy, and Pound over here.
Yep.
I believe they're both 1-0.
Slash. That is my turn. Drawing 3.
Is in set? Okay. Is it a rare? Okay, that makes sense. So I haven't seen one.
Let's go. We'll go Star Alliance.
Okay.
Navigator Ali. I'll capture
Ali was a capture.
onto Rustmizer. Look at the top 3. That. And then I will play. FOF transponder onto Navigator Ali.
Nice.
Yep. It's a fun one. All right, and then I'll pass the turn, going up to 6.
All right.
Let's take a look at FOF Transponder. It's a pretty interesting card.
Mars. Purple Aeronaut. Ironics Propaganda.
Yep.
FOF with Berserkers, yeah.
All right.
He looks at Disintegrator
Yeah.
and an Aeronaut.
Drawing 3.
FOF plus Bryozoark deck does sound pretty brutal.
I did realize in my last game I only have 2 in rage because it's never relevant to decks I play.
More?
Yeah, well, I will run out of these in rage tokens.
Let's have the proxy and range tokens, or
So
borrow
I
them.
don't know if you have extras that we can use.
I can give you some sort of standard ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll donate to your cause.
That's very noble of you. You can make a small pile over on.
It sounds like Zach's getting ready to make a bunch of berserkers. He's gonna need them.
Cool. That should,
I like the
that
idea of
should be-
stacking your
that should
rage
be
enrage
plenty.
tokens on top of your berserker token. Smart. Little supply there.
Okay, so Brobnar.
Robnar, yep.
I'll play Croc the Clumsy, Revna Star Song,
Revna out.
Ragnarok Prep, make a token creature.
Let's look at Revna.
Now you lose 2.
Well, it is
Just 1. Yeah.
I'm broke.
Ragnarok
And
prep,
let's go.
blowing up some amber.
Not that I really have Amber to worry about. Can't actually take anybody out. So we will
Sad
fight.
berserker noises can't kill anything.
Breaking elusive, that can't be dealt damage or destroyed. We'll fight into Krog.
Alright.
Just puts 5 damage on Krog.
I will play Press Gang, make a
Should that be
token
5?
creature. Enemy creature has not been destroyed this turn. Oh, it is 5 damage.
That's 5 damage, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was thinking of a different.
I am going to go ahead and just fight into it and take it out. And we can kill this one.
I think your Robnar tokens are among the best tokens, so I wouldn't be surprised if most people in their 3-deck
Pass the turn
alliance
to you.
Okay.
are going to pick Robnar. There's a lot of options there. There's a lot of opportunity to get a good Robnar token, right?
I will pick Equidon.
I don't think you're going to see any D-tier tokens tonight. It doesn't trigger the fight, but the creature died just from fighting, just from damage. 5 into 7.
Go play Uncommon Currency. And then I'm going to auction it off because I don't really care about it.
Sure.
It's purged.
Immediately purges his own artifact, gets the amber.
You know what? We don't have Amber, so I'm going to discard Generous Offer and Force Retirement.
Double discard a force retirement, generous
Very low
offer.
Amber game.
Yeah, these first few
We're
turns
just
are
going
gonna slow
to
that
chill for a moment.
Refills back up to 6. He drew 4 cards. Looks like he got some
All right, let's
Mars stuff to go with that good Mars pile. I think a reader is F tier. I'm not gonna have that discussion right now though, because it's a long discussion.
We'll call Brobnar.
Okay.
Y'all feel free to chat about it though.
Revna Star Song is going to fight Noxtillion.
Revna fighting into Noxtillion. Revna does not die.
3 after armor.
Yeah. Then I will play Berserker Slam, gaining an
Berserker
Amber.
Slam finishes it off.
Finish it off.
It's gonna blow up an amber of Dominic's.
Krog will fight into Purple Aeronaut, and with the splash, will take out Felix as well. And that was 3 damage here. And then I will play the Grand Board.
All right.
And I will pass the turn and draw 2.
All right.
Looking at some Brobnar perhaps from Dominic. Not much amber has been made this game. 2 amber total right now, both pools. It's mostly been a fight for the board. Looks like the Brobnar from Dominic could do a little bit of work here. It's probably not quite enough, but it's something.
Gonna play Brobnar. Endless hordes.
And the swords.
All right.
Yes, there we go. I didn't know. I didn't see that in his hand, but
Yeah.
Left to right.
we're gonna make
Doesn't really
6
affect too
warriors
much.
and then fight
Fights
each
into
one
it,
of his
deals
creatures.
4. This gets destroyed. Fights into that one, gets destroyed. Fights into this one, gets destroyed. Fights into this one, gets destroyed.
Now this is still elusive.
Hemon's still elusive, so it's gonna
Yeah,
fight.
since it's not on a flank.
So that,
Okay.
So
so that
that'll
warrior's gonna
fight,
chill.
and exhaust.
And then this one
Will
fight and kills it.
Yeah.
I think he could have
And then,
sequenced
you
that.
can pick the,
He could
flank
actually
token
pick to
creature comes in.
sequence that in a way where he could have killed the Hema.
No, I'll just leave it over there.
He chose, right?
And it takes 3.
Yes.
Berserker Slam.
Yep.
Slamming the
I'll
board.
lose my 1 amber.
And now you're in death.
Another Berserker Slam.
That's
Yeah, that's
right.
quite a good turn. Quite a good turn.
That is my turn. I'm drawing 3 up to 6.
Right.
Refills.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Robnar.
Okay.
Play Fresh Marks. Gain 1. Destroy. Make a token creature attach.
Oh, wow.
I exalt 3 enemy creatures, so we'll exalt those 2. And then, so I will fight here and kill that warrior.
He does need to discard the Horde Town.
Alright.
It's not a big deal right now. I'm not gonna interrupt the game.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we can fix that in just a second. So fight there. This destroys. So that's use number 1. I don't think I'll roll a 6. This destroys. We make. That comes in ready. And I'll fight here. So yeah, I'm getting that amber.
Yep.
And then make comes in ready.
It's not dead. It's no, it is. Right. There's,
Yeah. And then I will reap. And then I will pass the turn.
Alright.
Drawing 1.
I am picking Equidon. It is the Amber Road.
Ah, yeah.
It's a Scrap Scrounger.
The Amber Road.
And then I'm going to make you a deal you can't refuse.
All right.
Destroy
Throw
this.
that
You
up. You
steal
steal 2.
Yeah. Just take these 2. Well, I'll figure this out. Check at 6. Drawing 3 up to 6.
All right. I'm gonna call. I'll call Unfathomable.
Okay.
Adult Swim. Putting all 3 and lower power creatures on the top of the deck. Skullback Crab. I will capture onto the Skullback Crab. Like that.
So
And then
let's go
pass
back,
the
capture,
turn.
stops the key. Okay.
Alright.
Card turn, stops the key. Pretty good.
Well, just gotta
You don't hate that against an opponent who doesn't have a Horde.
stuff. Mars. Total Recall.
Okay.
Total recall.
Mars
Needs Amber, does not hit anything.
That's my turn. Drawing.
Okay, both players are kind of clunked up right. 2 hands are just playing what they have to.
Mind if I look through your discard pile?
Dominic does have check again with 7. Sweaty Zach is looking at the discard pile. He wants the knowledge.
These out, so I have 6.
Berserker Slams. 2 Mars needs Amber, 2 Berserker Slams. Got some aeronauts left. Okay.
So I was at check with 7.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go Star Alliance. I'm going to discard Selective Preservation.
Yes.
I'm going to play Secure Droid, Scout Chief Courtier, draw, and then make a token creature.
If he goes to like shuffle, I'll point it out.
I will play
pick Mars.
You will forge.
Oh, right. I did do that.
Dominic forges the first key.
For some reason, I thought you were going to stop me in that turn.
Not quite.
Not quite. Did not have help. That's why I never put endless swords in here.
There we go. Okay.
For whatever reason.
He found it.
You're good.
Whatever. I have no way to bring it back, so.
Yeah.
I am picking Mars again. It's a green aeronaut, and it's a replay pod.
Oh, nice.
That is my turn, drawing 2.
Drew 2 Mars cards.
Let's see. Let's go.
We were thinking. Zach is flipping through his discard pile right now. He's counting cards in his deck.
I'm gonna go Unfathomable. Let's see. Skullback Crab.
Steal
is gonna
Skullback.
steal one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we can. Yeah.
Sorry, right.
That's okay. Old habit.
Not used to that.
Just click on your deck and see what cards you have left. Yeah, exactly.
Bubbles will
It's that
put
easy.
Green Aeronaut on top of your deck.
The bubbles, we like that.
I'll play Fathom Reaver.
Ooh, Fathom Reaver. That board is filling up quick with a lot of
I'll
beef.
play Abyssal Sight.
Abyssal Sight.
Blow up,
He's going to look at Dominic's hand and discard a card of Zach's choice.
That lets you look at my hand.
Yeah, I get to look at your hand
If
and
Zach can
discard a card.
threaten
from
this
there.
turn, he might have a key.
Have fun.
Yeah. Oh, Red Aeronaut. I stack this card pile. Trading Frenzy with Nelson there. Okay.
The random
Yeah,
round?
I will discard the Red Aeronaut.
Yeah, Red Aeronaut gets back the Nautilus, right? That's a pretty big hit. Doesn't look like Zach's threatening his turn, so he'll stop with 5 angry though.
Which will
Yeah,
have you
draw
drop
one
to
less,
one less. So drawing 3 after 6.
Alright. I'm gonna pick Brobnar. Unguarded Camp.
Unguarded can't. Yeah, unfortunately that's not really going to be able to hit. And he's got 2 below the Titans. He might just have to... Do you pump up one of Zach's creatures? I mean, I don't know. You put it on Berserker. Berserker's going to die anyway, right? An Axe. Make a giant Berserker. But I think you want the Amber, right?
And other
Yeah.
Have 2 buttons.
15 power Berserker.
Not a lot of real great options at this point.
Sure.
That's
Like you
my
had to
turn.
do that, though.
One less up to you.
Yeah.
It's not the
5.
worst. It's not the worst option.
It's over to you.
Doesn't deal with the Fathom Reaver, though, is unfortunate. It's down a card. He's already kind of hurting for efficiency this game.
I will call. Yeah, I will call. I'll call Brobnar. I'm going to discard this pound. Okay. Because if they live long enough, you will redraw Martian Exam. I'll play Overrun and Rant and Rive, so we get 2 Amber.
This goes to 7 Amber.
I'm at 7. So look through that one more time. So I'm going to count your Brobnar.
It's going to get an accurate discard pile to look at this time.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 4 Brobnar cards left in the deck. I'm gonna stop. Wait, I knew what was in your hand, but you did draw 3. Wait, no, there's 2 Brobnar cards left in the deck. Which one would risk it? That would be 7 up to 11, taking me down to. Well, that would still take me down to 6. So read 3 times.
Okay, going big. Just trying to play around possible rant and drive, I think.
All right. Check at. Oh, that's 10. Well, check at 10.
Remember, you can't see lists, so you don't know if your opponent has rant and drive or not.
Yes, indeed.
But I think it's a great idea to play around it in this set and sealed, regardless. Until you've seen his whole side, your opponent. I did know it was pretty unlikely for him to have drawn it, though.
Gotta pick Equidon. After you finish cutting your deck and you draw.
Closed door could hurt too, but I think closed door is less of a hit right now, right? It steals like 3. And gives you cards. You can stop him on its own. You don't have to, like, it doesn't blow you out quite as hard as Rant and Rive does in this set.
I need to play a creature first for that to really work. Scrap Scrounger and then Trading Frenzy.
Trading Frenzy. Okay.
Capture 3, capture 3.
Doesn't stop the key still. Fathom Reaver's still around for now.
I'm gonna use the Amber Road to gain Amber and to put a trade counter on it.
Ooh, he's given the Amber Road to Zach. So Zach could use the Amber Road, gain 2 Amber, and gives it back to Dominic.
Oh, yeah, 3 on there, and then I have 2 here.
Brilliant.
So that's my turn. Drawing 3. I draw 1.
Zach's gonna forge his first key.
Forge my first key at 6.
Huzzah!
Finally got there.
Yeah, Zach will have to wait a turn to be able to activate the Amber Road.
Cut, please.
Yep.
Well, if Kaboom's in his deck, he should see it by now. I guess he has made a couple tokens. So. And Zach, or Dominic actually should make cards, I believe.
Okay.
This is going to fight Scrap Scrounger. Alright, so destroy that, and after fight, destroy...
I'm not going to actually point that one out, though.
So destroyed effect triggers. I'm going to put this over here. Move the web transponder. It's ready and enraged. This is gone.
I think it's not
Then...
quite reparable right now.
Reap.
Zach threatening 7.
Okay. I'm gonna pick cards. It's him again.
Yep.
Alright, we're getting the robots.
Oh, and you've been on 5
We're getting the Power Rangers.
I think I made a mistake.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just realized he drew 6.
So we should probably resolve that first then.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
that's good. I'm glad they figured it out.
Am I picking one?
Yeah.
No, we're going
I
back
think
to
that's
pick
how
one.
it
And,
is here. So, you're right. I should mark this.
eh,
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
I'm not sure if that's still actually the ruling, but I think it's a fine ruling for drawing extra cards for sure. I mean, picking the red Aeronauta is pretty brutal for Dominic for sure. Yeah, it is what it is. It's the challenge of playing in person. You really have to be aware of the board state. Be very aware of it.
Let's play those 2.
It's not easy, let me tell you.
Drawing 2 up to 5.
The Dom isn't going to forget again. Never forget again.
6.
Yep.
Zach is going to forge a second key. I mean, the extra card might cruise Zach to a win here because that's puts Dominic so far behind. But he still has pretty good Robnar turn coming up, it looks like. Maybe Zach's war token's the natural deck he's playing. I don't think it is.
I would call Unfathomable. Okay.
to Omni Amber Road. Trade counter.
He is going to gain the Amber from Amber Road. I think that might actually end up making him check this turn if he's playing for that.
Action will go back crab to steal one from you.
Yep.
I will read with Fathom Reaver.
Yeah, the Reaver puts him into 5 Amber. Yep. And then an action. Is it a
Your
befuddle?
three houses are Equidon, Robnar, and Mars.
Yes.
It's going to be Fuddle.
With the right choice, Zach wins the game
I
here.
saw your hand. You drew 2.
Zach has pretty good knowledge of the cards in hand right now.
If you drew the Mars and Amber, you could ram them into big things. Berserker Slam doesn't work right now. So I'm going to say.
Are the decks the new comment? No, those are only the Voltor
I'm going to pick Robnar,
special
so you
Voltor
can't
decks.
play-
Those are not
you
in this
can't
tournament.
play
This is only a 3-deck
non-Robnar.
woe
Okay.
sealed.
All right. Check at 6.
The decks for the new house combos could theoretically be used tomorrow in the Archon tournament.
It's pretty nasty.
Brick Nasty.
Endless hordes.
And Endless Hordes is pretty good. That's a good combo.
One at a time.
We'll see if it actually is enough
1, 2, 3,
here,
4,
though.
5, 6, 7. So one of these won't get resolved.
You should probably make all the tokens first and then
So
do the thing.
I guess
I can't remember.
get to pick that then.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So I think, and technically, for each enemy creature, make a token creature ready it and have it fight. Resolve it.
Yeah. However I want to do that.
however you want to do
We'll set that aside. We'll start over here then. I'm just probably gonna do all but big dude.
Sure.
4 dead, Berserker Slam, Fathom Reaver, both die.
It's 2.
Bam.
That's number 3.
3. That's not dead, right?
4.
4.
Okay, that. It's number 5. That is poison, so they both die. And number 6.
I still make a 7th, but it doesn't fight.
That's correct. That's right. Yeah. And ready. It just can't.
It's ready and it can't do
Can't do
anything.
anything.
Did you do this to me last turn or the turn?
Just last turn. It's what got me
So
to
it's
check.
still exhausted.
Yeah.
It would be a bold choice for someone to play that deck that they got today in the tournament tomorrow, right?
So then I do Ragnarok Red.
Okay. I think I saw that.
I don't think he did gain the 6 Amber.
So I made it a token creature and give this 2.
Theoretically, you could alliance them with other Voltor decks, right? They haven't said you can't do that. I think there's probably a lot of questions around these decks, right, that have yet to be answered.
I do pound there.
Yep. So this will die.
Yeah. Did I not get the 6 Amber from all that?
Oh, you did not.
Yeah.
You
So
should have.
6 on top of
Okay, they're
the
gonna grab
11
it.
pound, so I'm at 12.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Hey,
if
Sky Jedi.
this matters, but pounds, I will do. Actually, do it over here. Yeah, it'll still kill the one in the middle. So 6 there.
This is a pretty big turn, right? Endless Hordes can swing a game
I
hard.
finally have the bigger board for whatever that's worth. So that is my turn. I can draw back up to 6 now. And that's ready. 2, 3, 4, 5.
And Dominic is still got a chance,
Check at 6.
even after all the things that have gone wrong in this game for him.
Okay. Robnar.
My advice to anyone who's playing IRL KeyForge is just be very deliberate about everything you're doing and make sure
Destroy itself. Rip.
you're hitting all the triggers. Be wary of the board.
And then
Don't rush through things. Dom has 1 key.
2. Then I will fight here.
FOF Berserkers is a pretty good combo. It's just natural rule 6. It's so easy.
Fight here.
As long as you have a deck.
These should actually get archived under replay.
Yes,
Not archived, but whatever you thought.
Right.
Yeah, you caught the replay button. Yeah.
Use number 5 to fight this. Then use number 6, I will reap. And I will play Overrun.
Overrun blows up
Gets
2
me an
amber.
amber. You will lose 2 amber off of Overrun, since 3 or more angry will destroy this turn.
That's your
Yeah, and I'll pass the turn to you, say check at 6. You'll forge at 6.
Alright. 4, 6.
Our game 2 is already over, so we won't actually have a game to switch to once if this one ends. I think most of this round is cleared up anyway. If they pair someone over there next round, I will use that other table as our feature table.
Appreciate that. Scrap Scrounger. Generous offer.
Generous offer steals 2. So Dominic is once again threatening now for the last key.
Drawing 2.
So Zach does have to have an answer to this.
I'll call Star Alliance.
Alright.
I wonder if it would be a good idea to use the Amber Road there.
Discard Photon Blast.
I think I probably would have too.
You're no fun.
Play Technical Officer Moon.
Moon comes into play ineffectually.
Navigator Ali will capture onto itself.
Navigator Ali, the 1 capture icon,
Top 3 cards.
and look at the top 3. So that stops the key. I wonder if he could have stopped the key had Dominic used the Amber Road. I'm kind of doubtful. But
Then I'll play Secure Droid and draw.
especially if Zach can't threaten this turn.
Pass the turn.
Yeah, he can't threaten this turn. So now Dominic's gonna be able to answer again. He can actually like generate more Amber and use the Amber Road.
I'm calling Mars.
It's got a big Mars hand.
Ammonia
He's
Clouds.
got Ammonia Clouds, Mars needs Amber. Is that what I'm seeing?
This is dead.
It's this might be a game. It's gonna be a game. It's gonna put him pretty far ahead.
Needs Amber.
Yep.
Another Mars needs Amber. Unfortunately, Zach didn't have fat amounts of Amber, right? I think you're right. I think the befuddle into the Brobnar was maybe the opportunity to win the game that Zach sort of threw away.
Total Recall.
I don't think. I can't remember if he had Rant and Ride or not. He might. If he's holding a Rant and Ride, he may be in good shape. He still has to threaten though, and I think if the Amber Road gets used this turn, he's pushed past the Rant and Ride, winning the game.
Another Neurotics Propaganda. So,
I mean, it's slightly risky to use it here, right? But might be worth it.
I'll just let
Thinking
you
about
know,
replay pod.
it is game.
all right.
Yeah,
All right, Zach's throwing this towel in.
Yeah.
He's not even gonna make Dominic think about it.
I really wanted to make an alliance deck with that combo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to see it in action is just.
It's pretty bonkers. Yeah, it's pretty bonkers. I think I made the wrong befuddle call.
Yeah, you call it Brobnar, but that specific combo is what I was going for here.
Yeah, that was the wrong call. Because I'd seen Endless Hordes. So if I had done the math,
Yeah.
I could have figured out that was left. Along with, I think I actually saw and then forgot
Yeah.
I can't even remember the card name. I'm
Nasty?
literally falling asleep.
Oh, geez. Brick
I'm
Nasty, the one that
falling
gave me 1 amber each time?
What?
Was it the Brick Nasty that you forgot about too, or?
No, because when you open, I looked at your hand at some point,
Right.
and I had most of that knowledge when I befuddled. And I don't remember if there was amber control that I then missed with the befuddle. right?
No, I don't think you did. I think I drew into that.
Yeah, because all you did was play the two aeronauts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking for that.
Yeah.
That was my only saving grace. Here's 2 cubes. But yeah, you're.
Because I guess I was scared of I knew the Marsnes Amber was possible.
Yes.
And I honestly couldn't remember the one Equidon card you had in hand. And
Generous offer.
Generous offer. Oh, okay. And you had creatures already. So
I think it was the right call. I don't think you could have predicted that I'd have the third one.
Clap right now.
After I wipe your board, make you lose.
Right. That was a good game.
Yeah.
I think Endless Wars was definitely the leading card of the game.
Go ahead. You don't want to know how many of these
For
tokens.
Dominic.
Probably a lot. So I will actually.
Or if you want the rest of these, like.
I don't need those, but this will help me.
Dominic
play
graciously
more
offering Zach some extra enraged tokens is very nice.
Or whatever he
He's on his Berserkers.
Are you gonna swap out the Berserkers?
No, I'm gonna keep them. I opened Fish and Bot, and nothing that really synergized with them. I opened all my decks were Sanctum decks, and none of the Sanctum was like really good.
I had the Brobnar, and then I wanted to do the Elixian. I don't know if it's really worked out, but that's because everyone keeps killing it before it can do anything.
Right. It is in a situation where it gets fully set up.
Yeah. It's because everyone's terrified about that, so fair.
Yeah.
Power Rangers new meta. True. I mean, I don't think they're bad. I was actually like, I think they're better than I
Both
first
games
gave
I've
them
been
credit
able
for.
to get FOF transponder on the Berserker, which has just been. And the selective preservation was really useful game one. Yeah. So. Except for like those two, the Star Alliance is kind of the weak pod. But in game one, I only took like one Star Alliance turn to play a FOF, and then they took
If you don't have anything else to replace it with, I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of what my weak part is. I think the Ecodon's useful because it has a couple of stealing options.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should have given you that artifact, but whatever.
That did help me get to that final check, and it didn't lose you the game. So.
No.
Yeah.
I think he played Amber with fine if he just would have used it more.
No, but I could have missed.
There's a lot of it. I don't know how many. It was probably at least 20,
I
right?
off that one because like that's the one I really don't look at.
But a similar amount of warriors were made just from Endless Horde.
Yeah, no, I'm jealous. I want to. I don't have a deck with FLF transponder. That's why I can't build a deck like that. Otherwise, it just seems really fun and silly.
Yeah. I think you could with and I wonder. It's essentially just a board clear.
Yeah.
Especially if you like get Volca out or something. It's just a board clear.
Yeah, Zach had a brick. I don't think he had one in his deck, did he?
It's a lot of fun. And
It's hard to know what was in Zach's deck because he tokenized so many things, right?
Decks that might pack some creature control, but like
Probably a lot of stuff we didn't
have
see.
a setup where you can just reap to 6 every time, or clear the board and get rewarded.
Right.
You know? Just have to be well supported. And a deck that, because that was the thing. One downside in this game.
Yo, it's been a long day. I'm
It was a
stinky.
very good game, but what happened in the first game was I didn't tokenize a lot of my Grobnar, and I was able to play like Grand Gord and all those things as well.
Oh, you had other stuff, and they got.
Oh my gosh,
I know. I
yeah.
guess he just blew through it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Jarl Sven, Grand Gord, Krog the Clumsy, all that stuff to just hold the board and then reap out with like Rage Riser.
I guess I'm glad that you just decided to kill everything instead.
Right. Well, yeah. I guess that may have been. Perhaps that was. I often play control when I should be advancing my own game plan. When I should be
I
the
think
beatdown.
that's still the right call.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're leaving me with creatures out, and then maybe I do something.
Right. And then you did have Marsnes Amber, and I was able to generally keep my creatures clear.
And you were doing very well dancing away from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing is, like, if there are creatures, then my Berserkers can't reach, which is the biggest threat.
Also, for the record, I had a second Mars Needs Amber in my hand. It's like, well, if you make more Amber, this is going to happen again.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. because I also have two abyssal sides in the befuddle.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't see the other.
It's all about like what I end up tokenizing. Plus,
That's the most frustrating part of this deck is you flip it over and you're like, oh.
Yeah. But it's like the berserkers are also the power of the deck, so it's like, well, if I can just try to win with this, I don't need the other stuff right now.
If you can keep Revna out, then you can just make a bunch of berserkers, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Although Revna is bad against Mercies and
Yeah,
because then
it's true. Because then they stick around, and now you have,
yeah. Oh. Well, very, very good game.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was a little stressful.
Yeah, no, it was intense. It was intense.
That whole middle part is like, what do I do?
Dominic took it.
Barely.
Yeah, it was back and forth. First key over there, and then I raced.
Now we're gonna go back to the desk.
And then
Hey, I'm here. It's a good game. Fun game to watch. Really back and forth. Like we kind of thought Zach was just gonna win, right? Thought he had it. He threw it away. Very well played by Dom. Oh boy, one more round. One more round. You looking forward to tomorrow? I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's gonna be a long day. We're gonna be live at 10 a.m. Maybe a little before. Three-wayer ran out of steam. Definitely ran out of steam. I think the Endless Words took the steam out of his engine. Too sweaty. You don't want to get too sweaty, right? Cardinal sin. So tomorrow, to reiterate, we're going to be doing the Archon and Alliance tournaments. We're going to be swapping between both each round. I think, who knows how many rounds are going to be tomorrow. So it's going to be double elimination for both tournaments, right? So there'll be different tournament lengths, and we're covering both as best we can. Nathan dropped off his things, and he's walking away. He's throwing something away, but he might be sitting down here soon. Zach did lose, yeah. Zach took the L. Nathan's back.
Nathan arrived.
Nathan arrived.
I redeemed myself in round 2. My opponent was doing some strange shell shenanigans.
All right.
He was making strange shells, and then he had Tourist Trap and 2 cultural exchanges or whatever, the ones that let swap creatures.
Okay.
So we actually shared 2 houses. We shared Unfathomable and Brobnar. And so he was making strange shells. He was like capturing stuff onto them. He was giving them to me. So the game was very, very close. My deck had kind of like a clunky draw on the first go through. And the bottom card of my deck was Quintrino Warp, which I desperately needed.
I see.
When I played the Quintrino Warp, the game immediately flipped, and I was able to segue that into a victory. Yeah, it was a real dicey game. So get this, I've got I need the Quintrino Warp, right?
Okay.
Because he has so many strange shells. He's got like 2 Jarl's Vins. He's got all kinds of garbage stuff. Then play junking up the place, making a mess of things.
Of course. Yep.
Running around. And so, but what I ended up managing to pull off was, so I have a 2/2/2 hand. I have teamwork, I have grunt work, and I have a transporter platform.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You're fishing?
I'm fishing.
Okay.
So I use teamwork first because I get to archive it and I make a token and I look at it. It's not the Quintrino Warp. I grunt work. I look at the top 3 cards. It's Scout Chief Corgier and 2 other cards that aren't Quintrino Flux. Right. So I put them back. I turn the Scout Chief Corgier into the token so that I can transport platform it back. Play Scout Chief Corgier. Make another token. All right, so now I have 3 cards in my deck.
Okay.
And I've tokened most of the cards. I'm gonna get to draw 2 cards, and I draw not Quintrino Warp.
It's
It's
the
bottom card.
Yeah.
So the following turn, now he was kind enough to play some belligerent guards or something to let me like draw, and so I was able to like salvage the situation. But he basically got his second key because I couldn't do anything to his board, and I was like shuffling like, where's the Quintrino Flux?
Yeah.
Need the Quintrino Flux so I can clean up this mess. So, yeah. So. It was a really good game. I managed to close it out. I did forge a key with Amberlings. Did we ever actually forge a key with Amberlings on stream? I don't know that we did. I don't know.
Maybe like one.
Maybe the one to win the game.
Maybe one.
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. You need deep lore TTR experts out there. Maybe can correct the record. But honestly, I don't remember Amberlings forging a key, like actually discarding
I
Amberlings
don't
to
remember
forge a key.
that doing that either, but
It may have been for a win, but other than that, I have no idea. Yeah, he had a flamethrower in play.
they're just burning them down.
Well, so he
Either artifact
played
up?
like I'm threatening, and
Right.
I abyssal sighted to like force through the key.
Right.
So I knew what was going on in his hand, and so he plays the flamethrower. So I used my Amberlings right then to forge the key because they were going to get died at flamethrowers. Because I'd lost the cave early in the game due to a tragic technivore
Yeah,
pulpate incident
Some friendly fire.
that I've glossed over to make myself
I
look
see.
better.
Yeah, yeah. Makes
So-
sense.
But yeah, so the pulpate is interesting. I did play the pulpate to try to lock the game down. I had 2 transport platforms in play, and I played the pulpate and told him go
Okay.
with
yeah.
9 amber. The thing I was worried about is that his Equidon had closed door negotiation and the thing that both people capture 3 trading frenzy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he had a tourist trap in play, and he had the Grim Reaper in play.
The Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the situation I did not want was for him to trading frenzy, put 3 onto one of his tokens, one of his strange shells, then tourist trap the strange shell to me, and so that way he can Grim Reaper and kill my guy, and then he still has more amber in play. So, but if you redeem Ronnie RP, well, I do it to my next game. I can give you a recap in Ronnie RP, maybe.
Seems like a good deal.
So.
Go
I need some water, bro.
get some
Actually, there's some
water
actually,
right
there's
there.
water in. Oh yeah, there's water right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab that. It's
I'm
pretty.
drinking all kinds
It's
of
pretty
water.
sweaty in here, I'd say. Rather sweaty.
It's hot in here, actually.
Yeah. Thermostat still says 76. A balmy 76.
How are you gonna put a bunch of nerds in room 76?
Yeah.
That's inhumane.
Yeah.
Actually, that's it. I think there's some kind of convention out there that have something to say about this.
Yeah.
The Geneva Convention.
Free Justin VT mode. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You
I
get
guess
value
that
for
is
that.
kind of where I'm at right now.
How are the games?
Pretty good. Zach and Dominic had a very back and forth game. There was a lot of like missed triggers at one point. Dominic had drew too many cards with the Fathom Reaver on the table, so Zach got to look at his hand and discard a card of his choice. And at that point in the game, it almost looked like Zach had the game locked in, but through clever usage of Endless Hordes, Dominic was able to fight his way back into. It was like an Endless Hordes onto a board with a Brick Nasty, so you just like, generate 6 amber and like kill all Zach's creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. That's a baller move right there. I will say Alliance has been very swingy.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm not
Alliance
surprised.
Alliance Sealed is extremely swingy.
It's all bombs, right? It's like board, bomb, deal with your board, drop
Yeah.
some bombs.
Far too north.
BC
that's
exclusive
true.
logos house. Whose was this? Or is it a secret? Time Traveler, Cronus, Memory Chip, Memory Trip. I'm assuming the memory trips have draw icons on them. Eddie, Igor, Ganymede Archivist, Lethological,
the event-
Mother, Help Future Self. That's kind of cool.
Now that the
It's pretty cool.
now that the event is actually running, the tournament is running smoothly.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm really interested to see how it's going to go tomorrow with their new software. It's going to run double elimination.
yeah. That has that like untested software has a tendency to fail spectacularly. So
I mean,
I'm not building up to it failing. I'm just saying there could
just don't be
fo-
surprised if there's weird stuff. Right?
could be some unrecognized, unknown.
It's got to be better than Challenge, though.
I'm not going to disagree. I won't
Okay,
disagree.
all right.
A buggy piece of software could be better than Challenge.
So,
in fact,
this software was custom designed for GG.
Yes.
Jeremy had a lot of input into the design
Yeah.
of the software.
yeah. So there was a lot of input into
I don't
event from an event running standpoint.
Yes. Yeah.
So there should be less downtime. The major problem with Challenge at KeyForge Celebration, for people who were there, will know this. And I discussed it somewhat when I was playing during the round, is that since it was double elimination, you ended up with buys in the middle of the tournament,
Yeah, right.
right? And so
Would that still happen? Because you have to, winners have to
there
wait
will
for
be
a while, right?
there will
while
be a
losing
buy at
games are
some
happening.
point. There will be
Yeah.
a buy at some point, right? But you can still have you can have people playing earlier than what were actually happening. With the double elimination, you end up in a bracket, and so sometimes you're waiting for a round for an opponent to show up.
Yeah, right.
So the longer win streak you have before you lose, the longer you have to wait before somebody shows up.
Yeah.
So
And I don't really think there's any way around that, right?
no,
No?
not if you want to run double elimination.
Yeah. And that's
You
fine.
just end up with
Winner
that.
gets to take a nap. That's fine. If you have four wins, you get to
Look,
take a nap.
I'm not mad at it, right?
that's really
Honestly,
what
I'm not mad at it because if you lose your round one, you are fighting for your life.
Yeah.
Right? And so you will be playing every round after that. Now, this does mean that there is a scenario where somebody could lose round one and still make the cut because they won every game after that. And they are playing every round after that, right? Like you will be playing the whole time.
Do we know on day 2?
Okay.
Wait,
I think I got new tables.
new tables.
New tables.
Do we know on day 2 is it single elimination and then it is single elimination day 2? I know that, but is it best of 3, the whole top 8, or is it just best of 3?
I don't know.
Top
I don't know.
Or top game.
Could not tell you.
Someone in chat might know. If you know, let me know.
We're just here. We can't possibly know how.
We
the
should
tournament's
probably know that we are the official stream of the Vault Tour, but I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't remember.
Table 14 versus a Mr. Noah. All right. Goodbye.
This place below top cut don't matter. Do you just keep pairing people who lose the first time late? The way the double elimination is going to work tomorrow is it's going to keep going. The term's going to keep going until there's a top 8. So it does matter, right? You keep playing until you get down to 8. I think is the idea. This place below top cut don't matter. Do you keep pairing people? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah. These games is important. Right. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how it shakes out, but we have one table. I think that's probably fine for tonight. I'll send you over there. I'll go have a little chat with those guys.
I accidentally took Draftcore's card.
Do we know if you're streaming or if we're streaming?
Apparently we are.
No, you or us.
I don't know.
Oh, it's you guys.
Actually, let's get the other two.
Is it just one?
Oh, is he doing both by himself? Well, no,
City's
because
here.
tomorrow what's going to happen is one of these is going to be a live, and it's going to be archived.
I want to fight to see who wins the stream table.
Oh, pick that.
You want to do it?
Oh, I'm perfectly happy if you want to. That was a joke. That wasn't. Put the pressure on that. But.
I'm going to be waiting and then swap to you guys
Ooh, excited.
if they go fast.
Sure, yeah.
If they're not fast, then you'll just play.
Well, I have a deck that takes a while, so.
Install.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. But also, now that I have you for 2 seconds, so tomorrow, if I fail miserably, I would love.
You're more than
Awesome. Now, I unfortunately do not promise that because if I don't fail miserably, well, also, if right, and if the pool of alliances goes small, that we get to 8 people after 1 or 2 games, I will still have the time.
We don't know how many people signed up.
We have no idea. It's gonna be small. So
win like 2 rounds ago. All right, I'm in.
yeah, and they do, and then like be done.
Yeah.
And so I would love to like help you out and do whatever I can. Oh my God! Yay! Awesome! Super cool! Awesome!
Yeah, so win or lose fast. And then
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Alliances, they will be fast.
yeah,
Like
it was
so.
last term. It was like 15-minute games.
Yeah.
Across the board, right?
Yeah, I think
even
so.
if it's
4 or 5 rounds, it'll still be faster than Archon, which will still be commentated. Yay! All right, I guess do them because this is my opponent.
City's bonus not here. So we're going to go to table 1. Yeah, me and Sydney were talking very loud at each other, so. I was hoping that Sydney will finish her alliance rounds tomorrow quickly and she can come help me on commentary, which would be really fun.
With the deck, so okay, yeah. Yep. High roll for
Refresh the page.
19. 18.
And then I might as well, I guess, if we're streaming, who's going to stream that first? And then if they finish it, we'll stream us.
Just do some catch up on this game.
Everything inside of that thing.
I believe bottom's kicks. We have cleric and fish or cultist. Okay. I do have taper markers in the camera edges. Strong. I have tape. It's not super obvious that it's the bounce that we're trying to use there. Let's just kind of make it a little bit. So. Sydney's our backup table, though. Could have it in next second. So maybe it's possible. So there are timers, or they're around timers, yeah. There's no physical timer in the room, but they call out like remaining time and stuff. But it's not like you can keep eyes on a time to try to gain time limits or anything. I'm assuming these two are 2-0s, right?
Call Equidon. Gonna play Visible Hand. In my hand.
Yes. Yes.
Gonna make 2 tokens. I will ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in hand. I'll draw 1 to 6. I'm gonna call Sanctum.
Yeah, they're 1-1.
Play Kyogre.
Attack challenge.
One Rage here.
Oh, well, that's fine.
I'm sorry. As a play, Enrage an enemy creature. Enrage.
Enraging a cultist.
Card.
Yeah.
So I'll play the Green Rider.
I think.
Fight into here. Just as I 5 off game 1.
They're just kind of quiet.
I will take
The ones at the table are kind of quiet.
damage. Correct.
I can cut their audio down a little bit for you guys.
Ready. 2 cards in hand.
Can you hear me okay?
4. 6. Pass me.
My mic might have been kind of far from my mouth, too.
I will go and then Equidon again.
Okay, yeah, that's better, probably.
I'll play Transitory Philosophy.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to KeyForge Celebration.
And I will play.
I'm sorry. Welcome to Vault Tour Philadelphia. What you're witnessing in front of you today is a Sanctum battle line.
Forehand. Yep. Draw 2 to 6. Here we go. I'm gonna go back to Sanctum.
Case is going back to Sanctum. He's got a big Sanctum hand, big Sanctum board. Seems like the play. Pandolf's going to fight.
Like gain 1 from the 5. 5.
Gains one from the Grey Augur.
2 armor. Getting 1 from the 5.
Other Pandolf also gaining one from the Grey Augur.
Here.
Reaping with Grey Augur. Okay, still have the Grey Rider to use here. Still have just a fat stack of cards in hand. Not quite sure what's in there though. See some more creatures.
Play. Here. I'm having no ever.
Alms Master? No amber to capture.
I will reap here. Ready and fight here. Fight here.
Sending Alms Master to its death.
Yep. And I will play. Evangelist.
Like, don't let yourself get triggered by play areas this weekend, okay? Because it's gonna get a little wild out here. I'll let you guys know. They're also gonna have to find a answer
Play Primordial Vault.
for this board.
Gain an amber. I will play. Just a sight. Destroy Transitory Philosophy. And then I will
Abyssal Sight. We're gonna see some stuff. That's Marzian's Amber. Yeah.
And then I will play Watch Your Step. I'm going to choose.
These are 1-1.
Bromnar. Don't choose that. Make two tokens. And my turn with 3 in hand.
I didn't hear what he said with Watch Your Step.
I'm actually going to go Sanctum. Okay. So I'll make 2.
Sanctum, so he does get the 2 tokens.
Fight into 1, getting 1. Fight into the other.
Grey Auger's giving another token. Grey Auger is giving another amber, rather. Grey Auger has generated 4 amber in the last 2 turns. Kind of really good. Sanctum Ward's becoming a problem.
Grey Rider, getting 1. Ready.
So ready and reap with the Evangelist again.
Reap again.
Sitting at
Ready up.
11.
Have 5 cards in hand. I draw 1 3 to 6, and I'm in check at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Last turn.
Y'all calm down in chat. But that is funny to me.
Alright. I'm going to Sanctum. Going to play Quest Donations. Make it
Casey Smith's X-Ray Creator. Ah, okay.
Going to play Muster. Make a token.
Muster.
Your opponent has more hammer
That
than you.
does get archived.
And I will play Katarina and Summer.
Katarina's going to capture 1.
Capture 1. Destroy. Makes tokens equal to amber on hand. I will say it's your go. 3 in hand, draw 3 to 6. I'll forge at 6.
Let's take a look at Katarina. I haven't hit a card button in a while. 24-2 as this round. So we'll have 12 winners in this tournament.
Why not, right?
12 Ws. Yeah, Sanctum again. I mean, you have 5 really good Sanctum creatures on the board. Generating extra amber. We're up to 6 amber generated with Grey Auger.
I'm going to reap here.
If you count the reaps, it's like 9.
I'm going to fight.
Evangelist fights in the Katarina.
Take 3. I will take 2. Yes.
I think Evangelist is going to make a token. It's going to make a cleric. It's supposed to, at least. Okay, yeah.
After the fight. Here.
It's going to capture 1.
Capturing 1 cleric. Yep.
Grey Auger reaps and sends something to its death against Katarina, probably. Pandolf, yeah.
Fight here.
Pandolf survives the fight. And we gain another one from the Grey Auger. That is 7.
I'll also gain 1 from the fight. Yep.
Casey's being very deliberate with all his plays. I like that. We talked about it a little bit last round, right?
Ready.
Making sure he sees all the things happening. Make sure you get all the active fight effects.
10. Okay.
Checks with 10 and a key. Role playing Sanctum. I mean, just keep playing it, all right?
Making a token at the start of my turn. I'm going to play Crushing Deep. Bonus cost.
Pressure Deep
+3.
does successfully tax the key. This is one of the rare occasions where it actually hits.
I'm going to play Guildspine School. Make 3.
Guildspine School's gonna make a big pile of cultists here. Is it time?
Gonna play
Tengaika is in play. Look at that. It's got a capture icon too.
splash attack 5, 25 power.
Let's take a look at Tengaika.
And I will capture 1.
Wowie. It's a big boy. The Guild Spine School in Tengaika makes it really easy to play, right?
I'm going to play my other Guild Spine.
Jeez, he's got 2 Guild Spines in Tengaika. That's pretty silly.
3 additional tokens.
Just a pile of cultists. It's too bad they can't untap.
And then finally, I will play Sunk Cost. Choose a house. Opponents discards a random card from their hand. If that card belongs to the chosen house, make a token. I choose Grobnar again.
Sorry, I mean ready. Ready creature. Discards a Brobnar, makes another cultist. I'm not doing any laps or anything.
Ready?
Just don't worry, those cultists.
My keys cost 9, correct? Correct. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So just enough.
I probably will have to point out those cultists aren't ready if he goes to use them. They don't realize that. It actually might be cooler outside. It was only like 78 when we got here this morning. I'll go ahead and point that out to them. I'll be right back.
Here, for 1. Cultists already, because they go expensive. Yes, thank you. I apologize for that one. It's not fine. I'm gonna fight. This one, anyone. This one, I'm gonna fight. Here.
Sanctum again. I love that. We're just beating up cultists all day. I mean, it's so good. Tengaika could put a hole in the board, right? But I don't think it does enough.
Here. For 1. Here. For 1. Already here. So he already has 2 armor ping. I'm gonna fight here for 1, so he'll take 1 more, so he'll get 3 total. Sure. But I will gain 1 amber. Here. He'll take nothing. Yep. So. Frank, if you 5 in hand because you made a discard. Ready up. Here. I'll draw 1, and I am at check. That's 7.
You got the buy. Was it random? They sent you to your room? Go to your room. No more KeyForge tonight.
Discard 1, 2. Icons to steal 2. Steal 2. Steal 2 for each card discarded. So 2 is leaving.
There's still Guild Spine School, yeah. The cultists don't worry because the Guild Spine School.
I'm actually going to go back to Sanctum.
I'll point out the.
Doing it all game.
Oh, that's ready. Yeah. They got it. They got it. Oh, they got it.
Here. Getting 1. 5. Here. Getting 1.
This game also doesn't really matter. I probably shouldn't have even pointed out the cultist thing, but that was pretty big.
Reap here for another. Reap here for one. I'm already here. And fight here. I'll take no damage. But after fight, I will make a token creature. Another capture one. I will ready up. I will not
Oh, yeah.
draw.
I'll go find out real quick.
The cleric's still ready either. Just because of cultists. Or Gil's fine, yeah. Wait, what? The cleric's still ready either. It's like no tokens.
Okay, so hold on. I'm still check with 2, 4, 6, 8.
It is easy to forget. I will play it and forget it instantly when I'm playing on stream. So that is cool. Amber tokens. I like those. They look like delicious candy. Yeah. I feel like kind of a jerk. It's fine.
Do you believe that's game, sir? I would work.
Justin Jerk. Thanks, Dave.
Call. Call. Play bubbles. Return this to top of your deck. Play Toxicute Venom here. Swing into taunt. Oh, taunt.
You can't really kill anything with that Toxicity Venom, huh?
Swing here, or yeah, just won't do anything.
It's unfortunate.
Okay, we'll reap. Reap with this ghost card. And then we'll take Tengaika.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty cool. Especially the way it works with Tengaika and Cultists, right? That's pretty nifty. You should need a way to dump them. GG. There it is.
You just got an early start.
Claps.
That's the
Clap.
first time that has happened.
Clap, clap, clap. All right, we can hop the tables. Look at this. First time we're going to hop tables. You ready?
That was a good game.
There we go.
Yeah.
Match that I had. This might be
All right, let's see if we can discern the board state here. We have
Yeah.
one total KeyForged.
I was so that card. Usually, the last 2 games I played it, and then
my
it's
God.
like I don't care what I'm warding over there because I can just fight you 10 times, and then.
We'll turn Sydney down a little bit.
But yeah,
We have Sydney on commentary tomorrow. I'm actually really excited.
opened my eyes to see how troublesome that was.
Yeah, so I was gonna go with Prospector, where if it gets
Yeah.
destroyed, you draw a card, because I could make so many tokens. But then I realized because I wanted to play the like combo, the A1 never came out. Like, literally at the bottom. And
I could just chill and she can
the other
call
A1.
all the matches,
So
and
it
I would be
goes
so
from
happy.
him
I would
to
just be
him
so happy.
to him, and like they literally just all do the same thing. It's crazy. Draw a card, archive it, play from
I guess the game's
archives,
over.
like,
Is chatting.
My main goal was to just get away with genetic flash.
Sass says the VT deck I posted is 88 there. Hand out 80 Sass to go tournament decks to go tournament. That's awesome. I love that.
Oh yeah.
You know, Sass isn't graded for sets that don't exist.
In this deck, the reason, the
Just want to have our own shows, so I have to be less for happy. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now, Wookie. A guest that lets you like not have to talk as much. That's ideal, right?
So like anybody, if that was out, it would destroy anybody with a 1 or 2 for the same thing you were thinking.
Because the Mars was
Oh.
I was just
Yeah,
She is playing Alliance tomorrow.
Nobody in the field picked a board. I bet like not a single person picked a board.
and I was thinking, it's a cool concept.
So
Right.
the question is,
Right. Yeah. Like, even
the
if
question
you
is,
pick
we don't know how many
that
people are
pick
actually signed up for Alliance 2. The Alliance tournament could actually go very, very fast. So she might actually win the Alliance tournament and then still be able to join me on commentary. Because the Archon tournament we know is going to last longer into the day, right? The Alliance tournament just has to cut down to 8. If there are only 16 people playing, that doesn't take long at all.
I think it would have been fun.
I looked at the one you posted. Is there another one?
People are like, I don't want
I'm gonna swap over to the desk. Hey. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. You talking about the one Joker posted? It's got 2 knocks in it. Of course it's balanced. I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. I think unique sets are cool. I understand that the complaint is that it's going to be hard for some people to get these decks. I don't think they're necessary to have for like to be Vault or competitive, right? Enhanced knocks. That's pretty cool. Yeah. They can be powerful. That's fine. Do you think this is the best deck that's ever been pulled? Do you think this deck can win a Vault Tour? Maybe. I don't know. I think it'd be cool if it did. Palette still matters. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
They're looking at stuff.
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way.
9% of them will be nothing burgers. I agree. I had your mic turned up this whole time. Okay, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost in the last round. To Berserker token.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll
So
do it.
you may remember how disgusting Berserker is. I actually lost to, I think it's Equidon, because he forged a key with Token of Appreciation because he had 8 Berserkers in play. That he put into play because he played the Gizrahi Blacksmith.
Yeah.
The destroy all your friendly creatures gain destroy, put a token into play. And he played Market Crash. So
okay.
So here's the thing. His deck had no efficiency, so he just naturally drew this stuff. His deck was Brobnar, Equidon, Sanctum.
Okay, right.
And so he kept tokening his Sanctum cards. So he took like a Sanctum turn really early, and he took a Sanctum turn after he redrew through his whole deck. And so he took like multiple Equidon turns in a row because he turned all of his non-Equidon cards into tokens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he takes like an Equidon turn, and then the following turn he takes like another Equidon turn that's just disgusting. He forges his second key, and this is after he Glorious Feud. Now I will point out that I think I had 1 or 2 turns in that game where I actually had more creatures than him. And so he took the one Sanctum turn that he played was to gain 6 Amber off of Glorious Few.
God. And then
because he played 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then he followed it up by just wiping my board. with the disgusting Equidon turn. So I don't think it's
Classic.
likely that would happen every game. But,
Classic 1 and 2 Nathan.
Yeah,
There we are again.
He was certainly drawing better than I was. I'll tell you that, because I spent the whole game trying to like get back in it because he was just playing berserkers. So
There's no prize wall now.
I knew I was in trouble.
1 too thin.
I knew I was in trouble when he had like multiple berserkers in play and he wasn't even saying Brobnar.
Yeah.
So get this: there's a turn where so after market crashed, I had a chance to claw back into the game, right? Because his board is 8 berserker tokens,
Right. Okay.
And so I take an unfathomable turn. I play Fizzaloha. I sack it to Abyssal Sight. I look at his hand. He's got Ragnarok Prep, which goes immediately in the yard because I don't.
You don't like
My
with that.
opponent putting a berserker into play and then also making me lose 2 Ember
Yeah,
does
you
not
don't
set
frick
up
with
either.
that.
And so I take the Ragnarok Prep, I throw in the discard pile. He's got like 3 Sanctum cards, like 2 Sanctum creatures, like who care, and like a Retribution. And I had like maybe 2 creatures in play for every turn that wasn't the Glorious Few turn.
Yeah.
And so I didn't care about that stuff. So he had chains because of the market crash, right? So his hand is 4 cards. I then hit him with a sunk cost. It's a Sanctum because he's got 3 Sanctum cards in his hand.
Yep.
I hit the only Brobnar card that he had left in his hand, which was Revna Star Song, which
Yeah,
is like
okay,
fine,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Like okay, at least that happens. And so then I befuddle him into Brobnar because he doesn't have, and I Quintrino, I like Quintrino Flux the turn before, so like wiped the whole table of stuff. So I like that was my chance to get back in the game right there, and I when I draw like my next hand, it's like a 2/2/2 hand, and I just stumble my way into not doing anything for the next couple turns.
Embarrassing.
So
Terrible.
yeah,
Just awful.
yeah.
That's
I think we're
that's
done
it
here.
for tonight.
Done for the night. Yeah, sounds
think-
good to me. I got some cold pizza back in the room to eat.
Eat some cold pizza at 10:18 p.m. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
'Cause we have to be up to get ready
I'm
for
gonna
tomorrow.
have vivid pizza dreams.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It sounds delicious.
Sounds really bad.
Get Justin some real food. Nah,
I'll have
he-
to find some real food tomorrow.
He's on keto.
I don't deserve real food.
He can't eat real food. He's on keto.
I eat objectively the realest food there is.
The
Meats.
realest food?
All meats. Yeah. Animals.
Animals.
Yeah. Any animal. Put it in front of me, I'm eating it. Easy.
Just don't fry it.
Denny's. I'm the realest dude in here. Any critter. Yeah. This is done. So tomorrow, Alliance Archon tournaments simultaneously happening. We don't know how many people are in each tournament. So I talked to Sydney
we
a little
don't?
bit. Yeah, no, we don't know. Sydney's playing in the Alliance tournament, and she's like, I want to commentate if I lose out or win really fast. And she's
Yeah.
like, but the Alliance tournament also might be over in like 2 hours, so 3 hours, right?
the Alliance
'Cause
is
if there's like
fast.
16 people playing,
Yeah.
and they cut down to top 8, that takes no time at all.
Yeah.
With double elimination, that's like 3 or 4 rounds. I mean,
Right.
and at that point, she'd come help me out. That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be
Really
cool.
awesome. And hopefully, you're winning with Confage in Archon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, some trash.
Yeah,
panic.
I'll be playing Confage.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be winning with it. I mean, I'd say I'm glad I played the warm-up games earlier.
Yeah.
They were very important to me because the first game I played with the on the friend finder thing on this thing.
The dance sheet.
I was rusty as fuck with
Yeah.
Confage.
Oh yeah, I
And-
bet. I mean, it's been.
And
a
then
while,
I
right?
played another game with Confage and blew somebody
Did you
out.
win all your games with it?
I went 2-1 with
2-1?
it. So. Yeah.
2-1.
And I could have adapted my strategy once I realized what was going on.
I see.
In the first game, I should have adapted my strategy, but I didn't.
I see.
So,
Are you streaming this final Sunday? Oh yes, we are.
yes.
We sure are. We'll be streaming all day tomorrow and then Sunday as well. Same. We'll start at 10 a.m. The finals will be up in the air a bit because both tournaments are happening simultaneously. So we'll probably end up following Archon and swapping to Alliance if we can.
Yeah.
Alliance will probably finish fast. So if it's top 4 Archon happening and the finals for Alliance are already happening,
Probably watch the
we'll
Alliance
watch the finals for Alliance, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to kind of be we don't know what's going to happen with scheduling yet, but we have options.
Yeah.
And we should have a lot of action.
Yeah,
this weekend.
it could.
Doesn't
So
get 2 cameras.
another very real possibility is that the alliance starts, finishes, and starts by the time the Archon rounds are finished, right?
Well, not day 2.
Day 2? Yeah, no, I think
not
so.
top 8.
I think so. I think it could.
Oh, you mean like? I see.
Yeah. So, you've got alliance going while they're getting ready for the next Archon round, right? So.
Yep. Well, that'll do it. Prepare for a long day tomorrow.
Yeah.
KeyForge. All
So there.
dang day. Thanks for
Yep.
watching, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate
you guys
everybody hanging around tonight.
I will
So,
need your full support this
the-
weekend.
The Justin is summoning the spirit bomb.
They did touch the thermostat. They tried to touch
They touched it.
Yeah, he turned it down.
It's okay. It still says 76 though.
Right. That's the current temperature. They turned it down to try to get it to
Okay.
start cooling.
Gotcha. So the
So we'll see if it stops getting so sweaty in here.
we're
10 a.m.
But all these sweaty nerds in here are battling back against the temperature.
10 a.m. Eastern. We might start a little earlier than that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if 10 a.m. is like the registration time or like the start time, right?
Yeah, right.
So we'll do like a little intro stuff.
Well, there's not really registration, right?
Well, there's deck checks, right?
There's not going to be. There's going to be
They
deck
check
checks.
sleeves.
They'll probably deck checks while they're going. Right. They'll probably deck check while they're not going to check everybody's deck before the tournament starts. That's crazy. That's insane.
Didn't they do that last time?
I don't think so. They deck check before day 2.
Yeah,
right,
that's true.
they'll take
yeah,
everybody's
that's
top cut
true.
decks and deck check them.
I thought they checked sleeves or something. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Alliance Day might. That's complicated. That's maybe. But if there's only 10 people playing Alliance, then,
Yeah.
I want to be one of the 10 people playing Alliance for that $3,000 first place.
I know.
I know.
I wish I would have played Alliance
Right?
if I had known that it was going to be so poorly attended.
I mean, we don't know, right? We still don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it's
There's
true.
no telling.
It's true. Alliance is
'Cause
interesting,
everyone
but
can think that.
here's the thing: if we start doing Alliance stuff, we just become an Alliance stream, right? Because
Well, I'm not doing that because going through my collection and sorting houses is not what I'm going to do.
I'm
not
saying,
gonna do it.
and I'm saying that I agree with you. I'm just saying that if we ever started playing Alliance, that's what we would end up doing. We would just spend all of the time trying to find optimal Alliance builds.
I mean, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah,
But it's so annoying.
yes,
It's
it's,
just so
annoying. It's like
It's
like
just so annoying
yeah.
to do. I hate it.
So
I like playing Alliance, but my God, do I hate going through all my decks
Yeah.
and trying to put
Yeah.
stuff back
The
into
reason
places.
the reason we play KeyForge because we want to build decks.
Yeah, right. I
Right.
don't want to build decks.
We're kind of
wanna
lazy.
play
Let's
sealed.
be honest.
Oh, we're
Let's be
super
honest.
lazy, yeah.
We're kind of lazy. We picked a format for the stream 5 years ago, and we've never deviated from it.
That's because it's perfect in every way.
Yeah, it's true. We're also geniuses.
By the
We're
way,
just
if
lazy
you guys,
geniuses.
if y'all don't know, if some new viewers or whatever, we do stream KeyForge 2 to 3 times a week normally. So IRL KeyForge, if you like this kind of content, we do a lot of this stuff. So give us a follow if you want more KeyForge content.
Yeah.
And sorcery and other card games and stuff.
Yeah.
So, we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, it's a good place to end it.
Again, thanks for watching, and we'll be back bright and early tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's it.
Goodbye.